Batting practice is over and the ground crew is getting the field ready. It's time for the On-Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at the Salt Lake Stingers and the Pacific Coast League. Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Clucky.
And a very good afternoon to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball on a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Edmonton, albeit a little bit on the chilly side. It's Stingers baseball as they take on the Edmonton Trappers for the final time in PCL history. Good afternoon again, everyone. Steve Klauke with you as the Trappers franchise starting to wind down. This is the last meeting between Salt Lake and Edmonton, an overall series, at least as far as this Salt Lake franchise is concerned, that the Edmonton Trappers lead 75-67 after last night's win over the Stingers, coming from behind, trailing 3-1 going into the seventh inning. The Trappers scored a pair of unearned runs to tie it, and then scored 3 runs in the eighth, thanks to a triple, 2 walks, a hit batter, and a 2-run double. So the Trappers have taken 3 out of the 5 games in this series, so the Stingers need to win this afternoon to earn a split in this 6-game set. Again, pretty much a sunny day, some high clouds, some overcast around the area. High temperature only supposed to be 16 degrees Celsius, which computes out to just 62 degrees Fahrenheit. The pitching matchup for today's game for the Stingers, it'll be right-hander Chris Buchek looking for his 10th win, coming on the heels of his 5-hit complete game shutout his last time out. And for the Trappers, it'll be left-hander Jeremy Robertson, who has a 1-2 record since joining the Trappers not too long ago. And again, this is the final time around for the Stingers and the Trappers, and our guest is the only voice of the Edmonton Trappers that they have ever had, Al Coates. We'll have that conversation next after this on ESPN 1230.
Your oldest has just turned driving age. Time to add him to your policy. So you get in your car, drive down to your insurance company, hunt for a space, double park, get a parking ticket, get in a fight with the meter maid, get thrown in jail, meet a guy named Wally. Wait a minute. This is just a bad dream. You've got Geico. You don't have to drive anywhere. You can do all that car insurance stuff online. Oh, that was a close one.
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. Online at geico.com.
Get a little closer. Don't be shy. No odor, no size, just ice.
Arid is unsurpassed. It helps stop wetness so odor can't start.
No odor, no size, just ice. Get a little closer. Everything's dry.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Help! I'm stuck! Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe, and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas or quality used vehicles for just $88 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone. Plus, during the final days of Toyota Talk, Carl Malone Toyota offers you their triple play.
$1,000 becomes $3,000 on all 04 Camrys. And your $500 becomes $1,500 on all 05 Camrys. And the new double play on all 04 Solaris, you put $1,500 down, and all Malone Toyota will match it for a total of $3,000 down.
Carl Malone Toyota, Southtown Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, at 106 I-15.
Welcome back to the On-Deck Circle. Our guest is the only voice of the Edmonton Trappers in their 24-year history, Al Coates. And Al, kind of a melancholy visit for us this time around, as tomorrow will mark our last games here. And you know, obviously, it's a day that's been coming for a long, long time, but it's, I think for the fans here, it's probably coming up on them too quickly.
Yeah, it's going to be a little surreal here on Thursday night. We play our last Pacific Coast League game against Las Vegas. I don't think there's any question it'll be a sellout crowd. It would have been a lot worse if we'd not gotten professional ball coming in next year in the Independent Northern Pro League, which has got some good things going for it. But if there had been absolutely nothing coming next year, there would have been an insurrection.
And the thing about it is, as you take a look at it, you and I talked about this, I think, the last time we were in town, that a lot of factors involved in this whole decision. And I think the first step may have been when Delta Airlines pulled out of Edmonton.
that was the first step. We could leave here at 6 a.m. with 2 hours and about 20 minutes on the nose every time. You just about clock at the Salt Lake Airport. They moved east, well, at least they moved that route out of Edmonton and Calgary. 9/11 was the big factor, too. You know, airlines are not in good shape. You see all the problems you've had getting up here. No, we never used to have that. Planes are smaller. The airlines make no apologies about it. So the 3-time zone Pacific Coast League is a tough deal right now.
It is, and I think probably the other big step was losing Calgary a couple of years ago, because at least there was a travel partner. When teams came up here, they could kill 2 birds in one stone.
Yeah, that's true. We had Calgary, we had Edmonton, and we had Vancouver just over the mountains, a 1 hour and 10-minute flight. They left. Vancouver ended up going to Sacramento. Calgary, of course, went to Albuquerque. They never did get their ballparks built like we did. So, Edmonton doesn't have anything to hang their head about. They hung in as best they could.
After 24 years and this being the last season, from a fan standpoint, has anybody been marked as the villain in all this?
Well, I suppose the Edmonton Eskimos kind of took a little bit of a hit at first, simply because people saw what they were going to get paid, $10.5 U.S. You take that across the Canadian border, and that's bordering on $15 million. But the commissioner of the league, the president, Branch Rickey, did come into town that day and said, look, this is the deal. Now, we all know that a team in good standing cannot be disenfranchised by its league. That's against the law. But they could make scheduling awfully difficult for you. So, times change. The only thing that is a constant is change, and maybe it's time we looked at a professional league where we started a little bit later in the season.
All right, we'll check Al's memory bank in just a moment here on ESPN 1230.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
Do you like to have fun?
Of course you do. Then Escape Motorsports has everything to get you set to go out and play.
They have the newest and hottest ATVs, personal watercraft, jet boats, along with street and dirt bikes. And now, to the end of summer, they have many options of 0 down and 0 interest and 0 payments OAC. Just see Escape Motorsports for details.
Great sales on makes like Yamaha, Polaris, Suzuki, and KTM.
End of summer sales on select Yamaha ATVs.
Get a new 2,500-pound war winch for just $69.95.
On select Suzuki ATVs, your choice of Makita toolkit or a new war winch for just $69.95.
Come celebrate Polaris' 50th anniversary.
The lowest prices of the year and great financing available.
Escape Motorsports' huge 2004 clearance sale on now.
So escape the boredom and stop by Escape Motorsports, located at 1480 North State at the bottom of the Orem Provo Hill.
We're still celebrating the 18th anniversary of Ace Hardware, and we're still helping you save on great Ace products. Make your painting projects faster and easier with an Ace brand paint applicator. The Ace paint applicator makes all painting projects go smoother. The Ace paint applicator will help you make your home look beautiful. So buy one today at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. We're still celebrating the 18th anniversary of Ace Hardware, and we're still helping you save on great Ace products. Ace, the helpful place.
Welcome back to the On Deck Circle. Our guest is the only voice the Edmonton Trappers have ever had, Al Coach. And Al, 24 years in the books, 4 championships, 3 of them in just the 11 years that I've been around the Pacific Coast League. As you look back, give me maybe the 2 or 3 best players as far as guys who have played in Edmonton and gone on to the big leagues and had great success in the big leagues, and maybe your 2 or 3 top players whose greatest success came here.
Well, my all-time favorite player would be Ron Kittle, who came in last summer. We retired as number 21. He had 50 home runs that year, 135 runs batted in, 345 batting average. And he went on to a reasonably good big league career. He was American League Rookie of the Year with the White Sox. I think he made an appearance in an all-star game or 2. Wally Joyner, who played here, he was BYU, guys, as a matter of fact. He had a very good, long big league career, I think. Tim Salmon, with your parents up the Angels. We had him one season. Great gentleman, really fine guy. And Timmy has been beamed a couple of times, and a lot of hitters don't come back from that. And he's put together a very good major, not a Hall of Fame career, but a good career.
Shortly, you've also had some colorful players come through, and even managers, because if there's any one vivid memory I'm ever going to have from this ballpark was watching Sarge, Gary Jones, walking across, constantly wearing out a path from the third base dugout to the mound, wearing his cap like a master drill sergeant.
Oh, he was a character, all right, Jonesy. He, you say nowadays the managers have to communicate with the players and all this. Well, nobody told him that. He didn't like them, they didn't like him, but he won. He was a business kind of a guy in that way. He was a very good manager. I'd have to say he'd be my number one choice as our all-time best manager. He's certainly there with wins and losses. They gave him good teams. He won with them.
And, of course, just a couple of years ago, the Edmonton Trappers beat Salt Lake in the PCL championship with our good buddy Phil Roof as the hitting coach. And how ironic was that he, after 30-some-odd plus years in baseball, he had never won a championship, and he wins it in the ballpark where he managed for 6 years.
Well, there's a saying that you can't demand respect, you just earn it. And everybody had respect for Phil Roof. He was a physically imposing man, very strong man, but he was a very warm and nice kind of a guy, too. You couldn't help it. When Phil Roof talked, you listened.
Finally, Al, 24 years of doing Edmonton Trappers games. As the season winds down and the time here with Edmonton runs down for the Trappers, is there any one thing from the 24 years that you'll take with you for the rest of your life?
Well, I would say our greatest accomplishment was the building of this ballpark. I mean, that saved the franchise. That's why we're going to have pro ball come back here again. And it was, I'm sure, like what might have gone on in Salt Lake. These ballparks aren't easy to build. There's politics involved. It comes down to money. Our owner at the time was Peter Pauckman, too. At one time was a pretty flush guy. He's down in the States. I think he lives in Palm Springs. He's in the medical supply business. But I firmly believe that he got this park built fully knowing he wasn't going to be around much longer to reap the rewards of it. That would be the single biggest thing we've able to complete, I think, in their 24 years. We got this park built.
Al, as always, it's been a pleasure. And like I said on your pregame show a little while ago, I know somewhere along the lines we're going to meet again.
Oh, you look in the Northern League rosters, they're full of ex-Coast League guys. It'll be old home week next year. Now, I'm not saying that you're coming into the Northern League. But Duluth's looking for a guy to do the first and third innings, by the way.
All right, Al Coates, the only voice the Edmonton Trappers have ever had. Our guest back with the starting lineups after this on ESPN 1230.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Help! I'm stuck! Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas or quality used vehicles for just $88 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone.
Toyota Giant!
Plus, during the final days of Toyota Talk, Carl Malone Toyota offers you their triple play.
$1,000 becomes $3,000 on all 04 Camrys. And your $500 becomes $1,500 on all 05 Camrys. And the new double play on all 04 Solaris, you put $1,500 down, and all Toyota will match it for a total of $3,000 down.
Carl Malone Toyota, Southtown Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, exit 106, I-15.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Welcome back to Telus Field in Edmonton, where the Stingers and Trappers are about ready to wrap up the series. Let's take a look at the starting lineups now, brought to you by National Isuzu Southtown. Isuzu is back in the Salt Lake area at National Isuzu Southtown, located in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. For the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Mike Brumley. Leading off, the shortstop, Jake Thrower. Batting second and playing second base, Alex Pelaez. Hitting third, the designated hitter, Casey Kochman. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, Shane Halter. Batting fifth and playing third base, Dallas McPherson. Hitting sixth, the first baseman, Will Nieves. Batting seventh and catching, Tom Gregorio. Hitting eighth and playing right field, Brian Gordon. And hitting ninth is the center fielder, Zach Sorensen. Pitching for the Stingers will be right-hander Chris Buchek. For the homestanding Edmonton Trappers, managed by Dave Huppert. Leading off the center fielder, Brandon Watson. Batting second, the shortstop, Anthony Medrano. Hitting third and playing right field, Ron Callaway. Hitting cleanup, the first baseman, Valentino Pascucci. Hitting fifth, the left fielder, Matt Zapicki. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Brendan Harris. Hitting seventh, the designated hitter, Rick Short. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Brian Harris. And hitting ninth is the catcher, John Wilson. Pitching for Edmonton will be left-hander Jeremy Robertson. The umpires, as assigned by the Pacific Coast League, Cameron Keller's behind the plate, Travis Reininger at first, and Dave Ashwag is the arbiter at third. The two managers exchanging lineup cards and greetings with the umpires at home plate as we speak. It's the Stingers and the Trappers getting ready to wrap up the series. We'll be back with today's first pitch right after this timeout. You've been in the on-deck circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the on-deck circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Two of the fastest-growing crimes in Utah are fraud and forgery. Don't be a victim. Have sensitive and confidential documents disposed of safely at Certified Shred. With Certified Shred, you can have your items shredded on site with their state-of-the-art mobile shredding truck, or you can let their secured personnel do it off-site. To contact the bonded and insured professionals at Certified Shred, call 972-4748. They've been handling the removal of sensitive documents for over 5 years, so they know what they're doing. Certified Shred, 972-4748.
Used car buyers, Larry H. Miller celebrates the final event of his 25th anniversary with the biggest Delta 500 in history. 4 days, 3 locations at the Delta Center, Southtown Expo Center, and Thanksgiving Point. Then turned down before America First Credit Union will be on site extending credits. Entertainment packages and tickets to the work and the glory come with purchase. The Delta 500. This Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. After all, you know this guy. OAC America First is an equal opportunity lender. PJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230. The worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting Station. The field is live. The starting pitchers have finished their warm-up, and the managers have exchanged lineup cards. It's time for Salt Lake Stingers baseball. So let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Stingers, Steve Krause.
And once again, a pleasant good afternoon to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball as the Stingers close out their all-time series with the Trappers here in Edmonton on a Sunday afternoon. Steve Klauke with you as the lineups have been exchanged. In a moment, the Trappers will take the field and will be ready to play ball on this Sunday afternoon. The Trappers have already clinched the season series. They lead it 10-5. They've won 3 out of the 5 games in this series and lead the all-time set 75-67. The Stingers from here will head home tomorrow and begin their final homestand of the season, a 4-game series with the Tucson Sidewinders, while the Trappers tomorrow begin their final home series ever when they play host to the Las Vegas 51s. As the schedule maker did the Trappers a great disservice by having them close out the regular season on the road at Fresno. So again, I guess when you take a look at the schedule, this is actually the final day game in the history of the Edmonton Trappers as they relocate to Texas next year. So the Trappers are taking the field in their home whites with the forest green numerals and lettering trimmed in gold, while the Stingers are wearing their sleeveless gray uniforms with the red sleeves underneath, red numerals and lettering trimmed in navy blue. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Trappers, brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with a beautiful cover, or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. Matt Zapicki is in left field, Brandon Watson in center, and Ron Callaway is in right. Brendan Harris at third, Anthony Medrano at short, Brian Harris at second, and Valentino Pascucci is at first. A battery of Jeremy Robertson pitching and John Wilson catching. For Edmonton, Robertson is making his 6th start in 22 innings. He's given up 31 hits, 16 runs, all of them earned. He has struck out 12 and walked 7. No hit batters, 1 wild pitch, and 4 home runs allowed. Robertson 1-2 with a 6.55 earned run average. The PCL batting .348 against Robertson, who began the year in the International League with Buffalo, where he won 4 and lost 5 in 14 appearances, 12 starts for the Buffalo Bisons, and actually appeared in 8 games, starting 3 for the Cleveland Indians, winning 1 and losing 1, but with an ERA over 12. Last year, Robertson, a 15-game winner in the major leagues with the Houston Astros. He won 15 and lost 9 with an ERA just above 5. So obviously he got plenty of run support from the Astros with an ERA over 5 and winning 15 and losing only 9. Robertson acquired by Montreal from Cleveland on August the 4th of this year in exchange for pitcher Pierre-Luc Marceau. Robertson, originally a 24th round draft pick of the Astros in 1995 out of Exeter, California, Union High School. So we're ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for a Sunday afternoon from Edmonton. And leading things off will be the shortstop, Jake Thrower, batting .297, 26 doubles, 2 triples, 6 homers, 60 runs batted in for Jake. Thrower 2 for 9 so far in this series. Stingers are without Adam Riggs, who is recalled by the Anaheim Angels today. First pitch of the ball game. Thrower takes inside at the knees. Ball 1. Matt Hensley has been sent down and will rejoin the Stingers tomorrow in Salt Lake City. The 1-0 pitch. Thrower swings and taps it foul up the third base side, and that evens the count at 1-1. Andres Galarraga has left the team as well to fly back to Salt Lake City to begin the series tomorrow, as he flew up here early by a day. Part of an arrangement that he had made with the Angels. So Galarraga expected to be in the lineup tomorrow when the Stingers take on Tucson. 1-1 pitch on the way, and Thrower slices one foul out of play down the right field side, and the count on Jake is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stingers parent club, the Angels, getting underway in about a half hour from now at the Big A, the rubber game of the series with Minnesota. Twins snapping the Angels' winning streak yesterday at 9 games with a 7-1 pasting of the Angels. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Thrower. The pitch. Breaking ball into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Wilson, and that evens the count at 2-2. Robertson, 6'1", 200 pounds, in his 9th professional season. Outfield swung around towards right for Jake, who spent the last couple of months of the 2003 season here in an Edmonton uniform. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and Thrower swings and fouls it back over the roof and out of play. So we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Then the Stingers home for 4 more, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, 7 o'clock games against the Sidewinders. And then they'll close out the regular season Labor Day weekend in Las Vegas with night games Friday and Saturday, day games next Sunday and Monday. Now the wind, here's the 2-2 again to Thrower. Swinging a ground ball foul again up the third base side over towards the Trappers dugout. So the count remains even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Overall this year, Jake 10 for 42 against Edmonton pitching. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a .238 average against the Trappers. Now the 2-2 delivery. Change up, lifted in the air towards right. Ron Callaway, the right fielder, waiting for it, puts it away for out number 1. So Thrower is retired, 1 away, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Alex Pelaez. Pelaez batting .313, 16 doubles, 2 triples, 7 homers, 55 runs batted in. Pelaez 0 for 4 in this series. So Jeremy Robertson on the mound. And the left-hander's pitch. Strike a curve off the knees, 0-1. Robertson got the win on the 19th of August against the Stingers in Salt Lake City, giving up 5 runs on 10 hits in 6 2/3 innings. Only win of that 4-game set for Edmonton as Pelaez swings and misses. A strike and it's 0-2. He got the win in an 18-5 ball game. 0 balls, 2 strikes the count on Alex Pelaez as Robertson deals. Swing and a fastball and a foul tip into the glove of Wilson for the strikeout. 2 up, 2 down here in the Stingers first. That'll bring up Casey Kotzman, the designated hitter. Kochman batting .360, 21 doubles, 5 homers, 36 runs batted in. Kochman with 6 hits in 20 at-bats in this series. First pitch on the way from Robertson to Kochman. A fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Outfield playing Kochman to pull towards right. Now Robertson's pitch. Long on, and that's fouled. So the count on Casey 0-2. Kochman, as we mentioned, with 6 hits in this series, including a double, a homer, and 2 RBI. Kochman deep in the box, straight away, stance the 0-2. Curveball low and outside, 1-2 the count. And just a little bit of a breeze blowing in today. Now the 1-2. Next swing on a breaking ball. Did he go around? Yes, as third base umpire Dave Ashweg, and that retires the side, and Kochman stands at home plate in disbelief over the call. 3 up, 3 down go the Stingers, and after 1/2 inning of play, it's Salt Lake nothing. Edmonton's coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Help! I'm stuck! Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe, and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas or quality used vehicles for just $88 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone. Plus, during the final days of Toyota Talk, Carl Malone Toyota offers you their triple play.
$1,000 becomes $3,000 on all 04 Camrys. And your $500 becomes $1,500 on all 05 Camrys. And the new double play on all 04 Solaris, you put $1,500 down, and all Toyota will match it for a total of $3,000 down.
Carl Malone Toyota, Southtown Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, exit 106, I-15.
Well, we go to the bottom of the first inning, no score, and let's check the Stingers' defensive alignment, courtesy of the phone directories company. Shane Halter in left, Zach Sorensen in center, and Brian Gordon's in right. Dallas McPherson at third, Jake Grower at short, Alex Pelaez at second, and Will Nieves is at first. A battery of Chris Buchek pitching, and Tom Gregorio catching for Buchek. This is his 27th start of the year, in 150 and 2/3 innings. He's given up 193 hits. 106 runs, 91 of them earned. He has struck out 97 and walked 54. Give you the rest of the numbers after his first pitch to Watson, and it's inside at the knees, ball 1. Buchek has thrown 7 wild pitches, hit 5 batters, and surrendered 22 homers. He's 99 with a 5.44 ERA. 3 complete games, including a shutout, as Watson swings and misses the pitch, so it's 1-1. Buchek 99, a 5.44 ERA, and the PCL batting .308 against right-hander Chris Buchek. Coming off that 5-hit shutout win over Las Vegas. Now the 1-1 pitch. Watson runs up, shows bunt, and takes low for a ball, and it's 2-1. Watson to be followed by Anthony Medrano and then Ron Callaway. Buchek making his 3rd start against Edmonton. He's 0-1 against the Trappers, as Watson swings and lifts one foul. Third base side out of play, and the count's even at 2-2. No decision at home on July 18th against the Trappers, giving up 6 runs on 11 hits in 4 innings. Then took the loss on the 19th of August, giving up 13 runs, only 6 of them earned in 2 2/3 innings. Now Buchek ready, the 2-2 to Watson. Swung on and sliced foul. Out of play down the left field side. So the count remains level at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Watson, who has 10 hits and 18 at-bats in this series. 4 doubles, 2 RBI. Watson with a big 2-run single last night after the Trappers had taken a 1-run lead. He extended it to 3 as he swings and misses at a fastball. He struck him out. So Watson goes down swinging, and there's 1 down here in the first. That'll bring up Anthony Medrano, the shortstop, batting .308, 24 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, 39 runs batted in for Medrano, who's 5 for 20 in this series. 1 double, 2 RBI for the right-hand batter. First pitch from Buchek is fouled. Back into our right, out of play. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Sundays have not been kind to the Stingers. They are 6 and 17 on Sundays overall, and they are just 8 and 22 in day games. There's a fastball that runs inside, bell high, and the count on Medrano is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the Stingers with just 1 reserve today, and that's Gary Johnson. The 1-1 to Medrano. Swing and a foul back into the screen, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on the right-hand hitter. Ron Callaway, the right fielder, on deck. Medrano in his 12th professional season, all of them in the minor league. Many of them with Omaha. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buchek ready to pitch. Breaking ball low, evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dave Huppert, the Edmonton manager, coaching at third base with hitting coach Mike Hart over at first. The 2-2 just missed outside with a slider, and that fills the count at 3-2. So a full count on the right-hand hitting Anthony Medrano. Outfield shaded towards right. Buchek's payoff pitch. Swung on, into the air to right. Gordon in a step, now back. Couple of steps, reaches out and makes the shoulder high grab for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the Edmonton first. That'll bring up Ron Callaway, the right fielder. Callaway batting .284, 16 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, 44 runs batted in. 0 for 4 in this series since joining the Trappers from Montreal. He was sent down when Maicer Torres was brought up. So 2 outs, nobody on base, and the first pitch to Callaway here is high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the left-hand batter. Callaway in his second tour of duty with Edmonton. Now the pitch swung on, and that's lifted in the air. A base hit to right field. Ron Callaway with a line drive single to right. And so a runner at first base and nobody out on a sunny day here in Edmonton. On an afternoon game, it is almost impossible to pick up the fly of the baseball. So sometimes you just have to hear the sound of the ball hitting the bat, and you look to see which fielder is moving first. Here's Valentino Pascucci, the first baseman, hitting .294, 30 doubles, 1 triple, 25 homers, 87 runs batted in. Just 2 for 16 in this series. Both of his hits have been doubles. Buchek's pitch, and Pascucci takes the fastball outside, ball 1, and Gregorio's going to go out to the mound to talk things over with Chris. Runner at first base, and 2 out. Callaway, good runner over at first base. He has 11 stolen bases in 16 tries. Outfield playing Pascucci towards left. 1 ball, no strikes. The infield is back. Now Buchek looks in, gets the sign, the right-hander ready. And now the 1-0. Strike, a slider on the outside corner above the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pascucci with 17 of his 87 runs batted in this year coming against Salt Lake. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Pascucci as Buchek comes to the belt. The pitch. Swung on, chopped over the mound, up the middle, back at it by Pelaez, who shovels the thrower at second base for the force out. And that retires the side. Nice play by Alex, ranging far to his right to get to that ball. No runs, one hit, one runner left on base, and at the end of one, Stingers nothing, Edmonton nothing, here at Telus Field on ESPN 1230.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Hi, what can I do for you today?
I came to say goodbye.
Goodbye?
I'm thinking of seeing another Chevy dealership.
Oh.
I've always been happy here at Gus Paula's.
Did we do something wrong?
No, of course not. It's just that, well, this other place is advertising a big rebate on a new truck, and I don't want to go. I love you guys. Your service is the best, and Gus is so easy to deal with. This is the worst day of my life.
Sir?
Yeah.
The rebate the dealership is offering? We can match it.
You can?
Mm-hmm. Any rebates or incentives they offer, we offer.
So I can stay with Gus and still save money?
Yes, you can.
Oh, man, can I have a hug?
No, you can't. But I will get you a tissue.
For the best deals on an American revolution of Chevy cars and trucks, all you have to do is look down. Way down.
Sorry, I almost got emotional there.
Almost?
I was holding back a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I used to coach football.
I see.
Gus Paula Chevrolet. With Gus, anything is possible.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go now to the second inning. No score. And for the Stingers, Shane Halter to lead it off, followed by Dallas McPherson, and then Will Nieves. Halter batting .274, 7 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, 18 runs batted in. Swings at the first pitch and taps it foul behind home plate for a strike, and it's 0-1. Halter 4 for 15 in this series. 2 of his 4 hits have been doubles. Now Robertson's delivery, swung on, grounded right through the middle over second base and into center field, a base hit. And so Shane Halter aboard with a leadoff single here in the second. Brings up Dallas McPherson batting .322, 17 doubles, 8 triples, 18 homers, 54 runs batted in. He's hit safely in 5 straight games. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors of Salt Lake, the mobile paintless dent repair company that comes to your home or office to work on your car. First pitch to McPherson in a lefty-lefty matchup. Swinging a one-hopper to first. Pascucci's got it and throws it into left center field. Halter will just keep on going to third as Sapicki fires it back in, and the Stingers have runners at the corners with nobody out. That was a tailor-made double play ball, and Valentino Pascucci, not the best fielding first baseman that the Trappers have, threw that ball, sailed it over the head of the shortstop Medrano. So the Stingers have runners at first and at third with nobody out, and a chance to take the first lead here. And the batter will be Will Nieves. See, that's the 12th error in the 6-game series committed by Edmonton. So here's Nieves batting .292, 20 doubles, 8 triples, 10 homers, 49 runs batted in. Well, 4 hits and 11 at-bats in this series, including a double and a triple. First pitch on the way, and it's a sinker low, ball 1 to Nieves. 1 ball, no strikes. Outfield around towards right. Infield a double play. Depp, they'll gladly turn 2 on a ground ball in exchange for the run. Now Robertson ready. The 1-0 to Will. Swinging a cue shot off the end of the bat. Fair. Picked up by Pascucci. And out at the plate is Halter as it'll be a double play. Pascucci steps on first and then through to the plate to get Halter. A heads-up play there by Valentino Pascucci. The first base unassisted. And then 3-2 on the putout. There's 2 away with McPherson at second base. A heads-up play by Pascucci, who fielded that ball, practically standing on the bag at first. So now it's up to Tom Gregorio, who's got a 10-game hitting streak coming in, batting .232, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, 29 runs batted in for Tom. Pitch on the way is low, ball 1. Gregorio, 3 hits and 7 at-bats in this series, including a double. 1 ball to count on Gregorio with The lead runner at second base, but now with 2 outs. Now Robertson from the belt ready, and he steps off. So a 3-2 double play, first base to the catcher. And what started out as a promising inning for the Stingers now needs a 2-out base hit to bring in a run. The 1-0 to Gregorio, and it bounces about 3 feet in front of home plate. It's blocked by the left shoulder of the catcher Wilson, and the count's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes the count. Ryan Gordon, the right fielder, due next. McPherson, a good-sized lead out at second base. Neither the shortstop Medrano nor the second baseman Harris shaded over to try to hold him close. 2-0 pitch, a fastball taken right down the middle by Gregorio, and the count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Angels about to get underway. They're a game and a half now behind Oakland in the American League West. Now the 2-1. Gregorio takes just a little bit outside, above the knees, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Portland beat Tacoma last night, 6-3, so the Beavers now have a 1.5 game lead over the Rainiers in the North Division with 9 games to go. Time called at home plate before Robertson can deliver. And now time called as the catcher Wilson goes out to talk with the lefty. Baseball America, AAA All-Star and PCL Pitcher of the Year in 2002. Led the league with a 2.55 ERA as he went 12-8 for New Orleans. Now Robertson ready. The 3-1. Change up high and outside. Ball 4. He walked him. There's the first walk issued by Robertson. And now the Stingers have runners at first and second with 2 out. The batter will be right fielder Brian Gordon, batting .261. 23 doubles, 3 triples, 20 homers, 65 runs batted in. Gordon 1 for 3 with a double against Robertson in Salt Lake City. 2 on, 2 out for the Stingers. Robertson's first pitch to Gordon. Swung on and fouled. Strike 1. That one winding up above the root. 0-1 the count. Mike Brumley, Stingers manager, coaching at third. He played for the Trappers in 1994. Jim Eppert, coaching over at first. He played several years, including 1987 when he led the PCL with a .341 batting average. The only Trapper to win the hitting title is Gordon. Swings and misses at a curveball, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The 2 candidates they had this year, Ryan Church and Myceres Torres, are both now with Montreal. No balls, 2 strikes. Robertson's pitch. Swung on, that's popped up foul, third base side, well back into the seats. So we'll do it again at 0-2. McPherson trotting back to second base. Standing over at first is Gregorio. Outfield shaded towards left. Now Robertson, the glance back towards second, and the 0-2 home. Breaking ball outside at the knees. 1-2 the count on Bryant. Gordon hitting .250 for the series, 4 for 16 with a homer and 4 RBI. Trying to pick up a 2-out hit here to put the Stingers out in front. Robertson ready, the 1-2. Breaking ball into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Wilson, and that evens the count at 2-2. Metro, by the way, we started to mention them. They'll donate $5 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah for every stolen base by the Stingers this season. They swiped 84, making the total donation so far $420. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gordon as Robertson deals. Instead, he steps off and looks the runner McPherson back towards second. Ellis didn't have all that large a lead over there. Now the 2-2. Swung on, and that's driven down the right field line, and that ball is foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count now on Gordon. Angels hosting Minnesota today. The 2-2 swung on, and that's fouled again. Third base side into the seats. And good news for the Angels. Troy Gloss in the starting lineup for Anaheim today at designated hitter. So he has come back sooner than anybody thought. Although he'll strictly be a DH. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a curveball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left. And after an inning and a half, it's the Stingers nothing and Edmonton nothing on ESPN 1230.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Connected Wireless is growing to better serve you with their new Provo Town Center store. Connected Wireless doesn't just sell one-of-a-kind wireless services like most wireless companies. Connected Wireless is your one-stop wireless source. They'll fix you up with the right plan and the right service from Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Plus, Connected Wireless has all the latest and hard-to-find accessories. Connected Wireless will beat any deal, even internet deals. Call 205-FREE or look in the yellow pages to find one of 7 Connected Wireless locations. Get connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
All right, we go down to the bottom of the second inning. Sorry about the delay there, but we had a situation. It turns out Brian Gordon's deep foul ball down the right field line hit a passing car on the way by and broke its windshield. That was a bit of a surprise for the driver, I'm sure. Leading things off for the Edmonton Trappers here in the bottom of the second will be Matt Sapicki, batting .272, 14 doubles, 3 triples, 12 homers, 60 runs batted in. Vicky awaits the first pitch from Buchek, and it's a breaking ball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Sapicki, Brendan Harris, and former Stinger Rick Short due up here in the bottom of the second inning. No score. Hits are even at 1 apiece. Pitch. Sapicki swings and hits a one-hopper, flag down by Buchek, who runs it halfway to first and then flips to the Avis for the out. Quick one-hopper that Buchek got his glove up just above his shoulder to flag down that bouncing ball. So 1 away. That'll bring up Brendan Harris, the third baseman, batting .304. 24 doubles, a triple, 17 homers, 55 runs batted in. 3 for 18 in this series. Stingers Baseball brought to you in part by Taco Maker. First pitch on the way is high ball 1. Taco Maker, home of the burrito babies. 3 crisp bean burrito babies, lightly fried in a half corn, half flour tortilla filled with homemade beans and cheese for only $1.89. 1-0 pitch. Fastball high, 2-0 the count. You can dip your burrito babies into your favorite hot sauce or sour cream, so crunch 3 burrito babies at your favorite Taco Maker today. Now the 2-0 pitch on the way. Swung on and pop foul to the right of home plate, back into the seats, 2-1. Taco Maker donates $5 to the United Way for every double play turned by the Stingers this year. Turned a few in this series, and they are up to 133 double plays turned, making the total donation $665. Here's a slider strike at the knees, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on for Edmonton here in the bottom of the second in a scoreless ball game. Buchek delivers. Long on in line down the right field side. That's in there, a fair ball. Racing over to cut it off is Gordon. He's going to try for 2. Here's Gordon to throw to second base. The head first slide, he's safe. Close play at second, but the throw up towards first just enough for Harris to get in under the tag. And so Harris with his 25th double, and the Trappers have a runner in scoring position now with 1 out. Like Harris, just about all of his hits are to the opposite field. All 3 of his home runs against Salt Lake this year have been the other way. Now here's the former Stinger, Rick Short, batting .301, 26 doubles, 9 homers, 64 runs batted in. Missed a couple of days in this series due to some back spasms, but he's feeling much better. Harris at second, 1 out. Buchek ready. And the right-hander's pitch. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. Short, who spent all of last year playing in Japan and enjoyed it quite a bit. Thought he'd be invited back, but Bobby Valentine took over the team that Short was a part of and brought in his own Americans. You're only allowed 3 non-foreigners on the Japanese roster. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Short pops it foul, first base side. Nieves over, but he can't get to it. It's on the netting by the first base dugout, and the count's 0-2. And as Rick told me, if the team doesn't re-sign you in Japan if you're a foreigner, then they think the other teams think something's wrong with you, and they don't go after you either. So Short ended up back in the United States. He got a nice payday. He and his family spent 9 months over in Japan last year. Youngster's probably too young to remember, but it'll be quite a life experience that they'll be told about later on. No balls, 2 strikes. Buchek ready. The pitch. Long on, and that's popped up foul, first base side. Nieves gives it a look, but that's well out of play. And so the count, no balls and 2 strikes. To the count on the right hand, hitting Rick Short with Brian Harris due next. Brendan Harris on at second with 1 out. Buchek ready. Glance towards second, and the 2-strike pitch home. Breaking ball to the dirt, blocked by the catcher Gregorio. And the count on Short is 1-2. Rick 0 for 6 in this series. So 1-2 the count on Short. Now Buchek ready. From the belt, here's the 1-2. Fouled off, first base side out of play. If my math is correct, this will be Buchek's penultimate start for the Stingers. He'll be making 1 more on Friday in Las Vegas. Last season, Buchek pitched the final game of the year at Tacoma. Stingers close out the season in Las Vegas this year. They'll close out next season on the road if the preliminary schedule is approved. Once again in Las Vegas. The 1-2 pitch. Short swings and lines one up the alley in right center field, a base hit. Cut off by Gordon. Rounding third and heading for home is Brendan Harris. It's an RBI single for Rick Short. And it's 1-0 Trappers. Rick Short going the other way with that pitch and driving it into right center field. Brian Gordon, a nice job of getting over there and cutting it off to hold Short to a single. But the Trappers grab the 1-0 lead here in the second, and that'll bring up Brian Harris, the second baseman. Batting .304, 13 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, and 31 runs batted in. Harris 4 for 10 with an RBI in this series. So 1-0 the score in favor of the Trappers. Buchek ready. The pitch. Fastball a little bit high. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Buchek taking a lot of time in between pitches here. Now the right-hander sets the pitch. Breaking ball low. 2-0 the count on Brian Harris. The infield at double play depth behind Chris. Two balls, no strikes. Outfield straight away for the left-hand batter. Now Buchek ready, the 2-0. Held high but outside. 3-0 the count on Harris. John Wilson, the catcher, is due next. 1-0 Edmonton here in the bottom of the second. And a gentle breeze blowing in out of the southwest. Now the 3-0. Breaking ball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Buchek 9-9 on the year, 21-21 lifetime with the Stingers. Now Chris ready. The 3-1. There goes the runner short. The pitch is high, ball 4. And so now the Trappers have runners at first and second with 1 out. Is that the first walk issued by Buchek? Now here's John Wilson hitting .267. 5 doubles, 3 homers, and 8 runs batted in. The 21 wins for Chris, 5th most in franchise history. The 21 losses, 5th highest. Now the pitch. Breaking ball, a little bit low. Ball 1 to John Wilson. Buchek 3rd all-time in starts in a Salt Lake uniform. Now Buchek ready. The glance towards second again on the 1-0 home. Slider strike on the inside corner at the knees. 1-1. Started the pitch inside and brought it back over the corner on Wilson. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wilson 3 hits and 10 at bats. One of his 3 hits a double in this series. Stingers looking for the series split with a win here today. Buchek ready. The 1-1. Fastball high, ball 2. 2-1 the count of the right-hand batter. Again, infield double play depth behind Chris. Now Buchek ready. And the 6'5 right-hander delivers. Little bit low, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Cameron Keller not giving Chris much of a strike zone to work with. 3 balls, 1 strike. Brandon Watson, the center fielder, due next. Buchek from the belt, the 3-1. Swung on in the air to left field towards the corner. Holder on the run. He's going to get there and in fair territory before crossing the stripe makes the catch. For out number 2. So Wilson retired. That'll bring up Brandon Watson, the center fielder. Struck out swinging his first time up. So 2 on, 2 out. And 7 o'clock start tomorrow at Franklin Covey Field against Tucson. It'll be the final family night of the season. Mom, Dad, and all the kids in the immediate household, up to a total of 7 people, get into General Reserve seating together for just $10. The 2 on, 2 out here in the second. 1 run in for Edmonton. They lead it 1-0. The pitch. Swinging a foul as Watson bangs that one off his front foot. The right foot for a left-handed batter, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. We'll have our first check up the scoreboard coming up in the top of the third. No balls, 1 strike. The runners with their leads. Buchek ready. The pitch to Watson. Slider strikes at ease, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Watson. Last year at AA Harrisburg, tied or set 9 career highs statistically. Now Buchek, the 2-strike pitch. Swinging a foul. That pitch looked like it was coming up and in on Watson. And his swing was almost in self-defense there. So the count remains 0-2. A 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. The pitch. Swing and a foul tip hung on to by Gregorio for the strikeout, and that retires the side. No, it doesn't, as third base umpire Dave Ashwick quick to point out that the foul tip was caught after it hit the ground, and therefore it's not a foul tip strikeout, and so it's still 0-2 on Watson, who set a new career high with his 40 runs batted in this season. His 2 home runs tie a career high when he had 2 with Clinton in the Midwest League in 2001. The 2 strikes the count on Watson. 2 on, 2 out, the pitch again. This time a swing and a miss. He struck him out, dropped third strike. Gregorio with a throw to first. And Watson is panned for the second time of the ball game. But the Trappers take the lead. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. They lead 2 base runners. And after 2, it's Edmonton 1, the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
Home equity loans are easy to get at Mountain America Credit Union. Easier, perhaps, than deciding what to do with the money.
We could get a deck and a hot tub.
Remodel the bathroom and a jetted tub.
Once you make up your mind, you'll pay no appraisal fees, no origination fees, no closing costs, and no annual fees at Mountain America.
A snowmobile.
Try a snow blower.
While you're deciding what to do with the money, call or visit Mountain America Credit Union or log on to mtnamerica.org.
How about a widescreen TV?
How about storm windows with screens?
At Mountain America Credit Union, we make getting home equity loans easy. So get approved.
An ATV.
A riding lawnmower.
Unfortunately, we're no help at all when it comes to deciding what to do with the money.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Okay, let's get a fishing boat.
Oh, you want water? We'll take a cruise.
Mountain America Credit Union. Member NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
So, when's the last time you got a bonus? Well, now you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks when you buy a 2003 Honda VTX 1800 motorcycle. Yeah, use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. You can also take advantage of great low financing. So head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele today for your bonus bucks, and you can cruise the boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offer good through August 31st, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
All right, we go to the second inning, and it is a 1-0 Edmonton lead. Zach Sorensen, Jake Thrower, and Alex Pelaez is due up to face left-hander Jeremy Robertson. Sorensen batting .305, 14 doubles, 4 triples, 3 homers, 35 runs batted in. Sorensen 3 for 19 in this series. The third inning is always brought to you by the Jordan River Par 3. The best place to improve your short game is the Jordan River Par 3. Small groups are welcome with fantastic discounts available. First pitch on the way to Zach. A fastball outside of the knees, ball 1. For tee times, call 533-4527 or go online at slc-golf.com. The 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball back of third. Backhanded by Brendan Harris. The strong throw across on target and in time for out number 1. So Sorensen retired, 1 away. That'll bring up Jake Thrower. Flight out to Ron Calloway in right field his first time up. So again, the Angels busy with moves today. Tell you about those in just a moment as Robertson deals. Strike on the inside corner at the knees. 0-1 again. Troy Gloss activated from the 60-day disabled list, and they designated Barry Wesson for assignment. So he's being taken off the 40-man roster. They placed Tim Salmon on the 15-day disabled list, retroactive to August 24th with left shoulder inflammation as Robertson delivers low to throw. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. They assigned pitcher Matt Hensley back to the Stingers. He'll rejoin the team tomorrow in Salt Lake City, and Adam Riggs moves up from Salt Lake. As there's a line shot towards left, but coming in, Sapicki is there, and he'll make the shoulder high grab for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Alex Pelaez, who struck out swinging his first time up. Time now to find out what else is happening today in the PCL and Major League Baseball, brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. Check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Robertson ready. The pitch. Fastball outside at the knees. Ball 1. After 2 in Las Vegas, no score. Fresno and the 51s in the 6th inning at Oklahoma. Memphis is out in front of the Redhawks 4-1. 1-0 pitch. Pelaez swings and he lifts it in the air towards left. That ball's up there. It's out there and it is gone. Over the scoreboard and left. A home run for Alex Pelaez. And this game is all tied at 1 apiece. Alex's 8th home run of the year and his 56th run batted in. So he got all of that one, and the game is all even at 1 apiece. For Robertson, that's the 5th long ball that is surrendered since joining Edmonton. So 1-1 ball game with 2 outs. That'll bring up Casey Kotzman. This pitch on the way, and it's inside at the belt. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, and that home run, another Mounted America home equity home run. Finance your home equity or construction loan today with Mounted America Credit Union. 1-0 pitch to Kotzman, and it's a breaking ball low, ball 2. After 4 at Omaha, the Royals lead slumping Iowa 5-1. Iowa's lead down to 2 games in the division race. There's a fastball down the middle of strike 2-1 over in the Central over Colorado Springs. They play later tonight at Albuquerque. Portland at Tacoma, still about 15 minutes away from getting started. Also tonight, New Orleans is at Nashville as Kotzman takes low and inside for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Tucson at Sacramento also later on this afternoon. The American League. We'll get to those scores in just a moment as Robertson's ready with a 3-1 for Kotzman. Taking a foul. That one hitting his back foot. The count's full at 3-2. Carlos Delgado has just homered in the bottom of the 7th. The Blue Jays and Yankees tied at 2. That game delayed by an hour at the start due to a power failure at Skydome. In the 8th inning at Texas, the Orioles lead the Rangers 6-5. 3-2 payoff pitch to Kotzman is drilled into right center field. That's going to get down and go all the way towards the warning track into the wall. Chasing it down is Watson. Kotzman lumbering towards second, and he is there with 2-out double. That's Casey's 22nd two-bagger, and the Stingers have a runner at second base now with 2 out. That'll bring up Shane Halter, who singled to center field his first time up. A runner at second base, the go-ahead run for the Stingers here in the 3rd with 1 out. Robertson's pitch. Breaking ball inside at the knees. Ball 1. Bottom of the 8th at Fenway. The Red Sox lead the Tigers 6-1. Mark Bellhorn is homered for Boston. Frank Monroe has gone deep for Detroit. 1-0 the count on Halter as Robertson deals. That sinks low for a ball, and it's 2-0. 2nd inning at Anaheim. Twins and Angels are scoreless. Kansas City at Seattle, 0-0 also in the 2nd inning at Cinco. Oakland has already put 3 on the board in the 1st at home and still batting, leading Tampa Bay 3-0 earlier today. Scott Ellerton with a 2-hitter. The Indians shut out the White Sox 9-0. Former Stinger and Trapper Casey Blake hit his 23rd and 24th home runs of the season for Cleveland in that ball game. So 2-0 the count on Halter. Robertson ready. Kotzman the lead at second base. The pitch. Off speed and over for a strike. 2-1. After 1 in Miami after a rain delay, Florida leads Colorado 1-0. Cincinnati with 2 in the 7th and 4 in 8th beats Arizona 6-2. Adam Dunn with his 39th homer. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball a little bit high. 3-1 the count on Halter. St. Louis shut out Pittsburgh 4-0. Jason Marquis, Julio Tavares combined on a 4-hitter. Albert Pujols hit his 40th home run of the season. 3 behind Adrian Beltre of the Dodgers for the league lead. 3-1 pitch on the way, and Halter takes low for ball 4. That's the 2nd walk issued by Robertson. The Stingers have runners at 1st and 2nd with 2 out. Now here's Dallas McPherson, who reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Phillies blank the Brewers 10-0. Corey Lytle, the winning pitcher, and he homered for Philadelphia in that game as pitching coach Charlie Corbell takes to the mound to talk things over with Robertson for Edmonton. Cubs batting in the bottom of the sixth, trailing Houston 5-2. Corey Patterson and Moises Alou have homered for Chicago. Lance Berkman for the Astros. If the Cubs lose, San Diego will have tied them for the wild card lead. The Padres pounding Montreal today, 11-3. David Wells the win. Dodgers crushed the Mets 10-2. And later on tonight on 1320 KFAN, it's the Giants and the Braves from Atlanta on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. 5:37 the pregame. 2 on, 2 out. First pitch to McPherson. Slow curve. Missed inside, ball 1. Started it inside. Tried to bring it over the corner, but missed with it. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-1 game here in the third. Now the pitch. Hurt ball way outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count on McPherson. With Will Nieves due next. Two balls, no strikes. Now Robertson delivers, and McPherson takes a fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-1. So McPherson coming in with a 5-game hitting streak, yet a 12-gamer. Stopped about a week ago. 2 on, 2 out, 1 in for the Stingers here in the third. The 2-1 pitch to McPherson. Swing and a miss at a changeup, 2-2 as he was out in front of that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Dallas. And Alex Pelaez tying the game with a 2-out solo homer here in the third. Robertson ready. The 2-2. McPherson swings, lifts it in the air down the left line, towards the corner. Sapicki a long run, and he can't get to it. It's out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes the count as Kochman jogs back to second base, and Alter crisscrosses the infield back to first. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error for Edmonton. 2-2 the count. Robertson stares in at his catcher Wilson, who puts the sign down and the target up. Robertson's 2-2 pitch on the way. Curveball low and outside fills the count at 3-2, and so the Stinger base runners will automatically be on the move with the pitch, with runners at first and second and 2 out, and a 3-2 count on McPherson. Outfield, maybe a step or 2 towards left for Dallas. Robertson's payoff pitch. There go the runners. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Dropped third strike. Wilson applies the tag, and that'll do it for the Stingers in the third. 1 run on the home run by Pelaez. 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the third. Stingers 1, Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
It's a great day at Penn Valley Nissan of Murray, Utah's #1 Nissan dealer. How may I help you?
Hi, this is Mark from accounting. Can I talk with Sean?
Oh, sorry. Sean is busy high-fiving a customer on their purchase of a new 2004 Nissan. They just saved $6,200.
What? $6,200 off?
Yeah, and gas for a year. Oh, wait, now he's singing happy birthday to Mr. Jeffers. He just saved up to $3,500 on a great used vehicle because it's his birthday and all.
Okay, I can handle this as long as we're not matching down payments up to $3,000.
Oh, yeah, $3,000 on any new or used vehicle. All makes, all models. You know, Tyndale Nissan of Murray will do whatever it takes.
Oh.
And, Mark, we're giving tires for life with every purchase.
For life?
Yep, plus no payments for 90 days. Plus 0% financing OAC. Hello? Mark? Hello?
Whatever it takes to put you in a new or used vehicle this week. Tim Galley Nissan of Murray, 4528 South State.
Used car buyers, Larry H. Miller celebrates the final event of his 25th anniversary with the biggest Delta 500 in history. 4 days, 3 locations at the Delta Center, Southtown Expo Center, and Thanksgiving Point. Been turned down before? America First Credit Union will be on site extending credits, entertainment packages, and tickets to the work and the glory. Come with purchase. The Delta 500. This Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. After all, you know this guy. OAC America First is an equal opportunity lender.
All right, we move to the bottom of the third inning in a 1-1 ball game, and for the Trappers, it'll be Anthony Medrano, Ron Callaway, and Valentino Pascucci. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up to face right-hander Chris Buchek. Once again, the third inning is always brought to you by the Jordan Par 3. For tee times, call 533-4527 or go online at slc-golf.com. Anthony Medrano to start things off. He flied out to Brian Gordon in right field. In his first at bat. Outfield is shaded that way as Buchek deals. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Want to know the count of Medrano, who is in his full season at AAA. Now Buchek, the 1-0. Swung on and popped up on the infield behind the mound. The shortstop, Jake Thrower, taking charge about 12 feet behind the hill, makes the catch for out number 1. So Medrano retired, 1 away. Here's Ron Callaway, who's lined a single into right field his first time up. Other moves today, we mentioned the Angels' moves. I might expect 1 or 2 more before the September 1st call-up date. Patch outside for a ball, 1-0. Royals recalled pitcher Jimmy Gobble from Omaha, placing pitcher Scott Sullivan on the 15-day DL, retroactive to August 26th with a lower back strain. 1-0 pitch. Callaway swings, fouls it back, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Former Las Vegas outfielder Bubba Crosby recalled by the Yankees from their AAA Columbus affiliate. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on left-handed hitting Ron Callaway. Pitch sails over everybody back to the screen, 2-1. Last year, Callaway was 5th among all National League rookies with 52 runs batted in. Tied for 5th among rookies with stolen bases with 9. Tied for 6th in home runs with 9. And tied for 7th among rookies with 17 doubles. In fact, he had a double in his first major league at bat. That was against Greg Maddux at Atlanta on March 31st of last year. Just swing and a fly ball, center field, on run, diving forward, and Zach Sorensen makes the catch. What a play by Zach to take a hit away from Ron Callaway as he made a forward lunge off that sinking line drive and gloved it, hit the ground and was able to hang on, and that's our Anything's Possible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group. Meanwhile, the barrel of the bat got sawed off the bat handle on that play and wound up out towards second base. So 2 outs, nobody on base thanks to Zach Sorensen, and the batter will be Valentino Pascucci, who bounced into an inning-ending fielder's choice first time up. Buchek delivers, and the breaking ball strike above the knees over the outer half of the plate. A strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Strike. A breaking ball in the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. We mentioned the activation of Troy Lost today. He's actually batting right now for the first time since being put on the DL back in May, and his subsequent shoulder surgery on his right shoulder. 0-2 pitch on the way. Bounces in a ball, 1-2. Again, he's able to bat but cannot throw, so DHing and pinch hitting is all that Troy Gloss will be able to do for the rest of this season. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gloss lined out to left in that at bat. Now the 1-2. Swung on, line towards second, and off the glove of Pelaez hit the right center field. Played that one a little tentatively as it was a rocket off the bat of Pascucci. And it took a little bit of a higher hop than Alex expected off the carpet, and it will go as a base hit. Hit number 4 for Edmonton in the ball game, and that'll bring up Matt Sapicki, who was retired on a comebacker to Buchek his first time up. So 2 outs, 1 on. Pascucci, the lead over at first base as the pitch comes home. I think he swings and lifts it foul. Third base side out of play for strike one. Day has become primarily an overcast one here at Edmonton. No balls, one strike the count. Outfield sprayed away. Sapicki, a left-handed batter. Pascucci trying to stretch out that lead over at first base. Now Vucek ready. The 0-1. Swinging a foul. Back behind home plate to the right. The count on Sapicki. No balls and two strikes. First player in the history of the Missouri Valley Conference to win the Triple Crown in 1999 with a .414 average, 30 homers, 100 runs batted in. That's a lot of homers and RBI for a college season. No balls, two strikes. Now Vucek ready, the pitch. Swinging chopper right side. Pelaez to his left, bangs it down and flips to first for the out to retire side. No runs, one hit. And one runner left on base. We go to the fourth. Stingers 1, Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all three of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service. It's nice to know a real-life person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today, no matter what you need, and be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the fourth inning. It's a 1-1 ball game. Stingers and Trappers, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error for Edmonton. Leading things off, Will Nieves, and he takes low, ball 1. Will grounded into a double play his last time up. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. He bounced one to Pascucci at first, who stepped on the bag and threw to the plate to get Shane Holder. Curveball inside at the knees, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Will Nieves with Tom Gregorio and Brian Gordon to follow here in the fourth inning. Will waiting. Robertson wheeling and dealing. Swinging a ground ball foul up the third base side. 2-1 the count. Time now to find out who's hitting the cover off the ball. The PCL brought to you by Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Take it to the extreme with Mountain Extreme Power Sports in Linden, Utah. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Nieves as Robertson comes home. Swinging a ground ball right side, backhanded by Pascucci. The underhand lead tossed to Robertson in time for the out. 1 away. That'll bring up Tom Gregorio, who walked his first time up. Calvin Pickering leads the league with 35 home runs. Of course, he is stuck on 35 now that he's with Kansas City. 34 home runs for Kevin Witt of Memphis. Andy Tracy of Colorado Springs right behind with 33. And Scott Siebold of Memphis with 31. Pitch on the way, and it's inside, ball 1. Adam Riggs tied at 29 with Luis Garcia of Las Vegas. Again, Adam with Anaheim. Now the pitch. Swung on and driven into deep left center field. Going back, it's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A home run for Tom Gregorio, his 6th of the year, and the Stingers have the lead 2-1. That's the way to extend a hitting streak. Gregorio now with an 11-game streak. So the Stingers now with a 2-1 lead, and the batter will be Brian Gordon, who struck out swinging his first time up. Center fielder Brandon Watson took a couple of steps back and then stopped. Let that one sail well beyond the wall. And another Mountain America home equity home run. Hit a fastball inside corner, knee high for a strike. And the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Gordon. The pitch. Fastball high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gordon struck out swinging his first time up. Now the pitch. Swinging a ground foul at the first base side. And now Bryan's in the hole, 1-2. One out. Nobody on. A run in for the Stingers on the home run by Gregorio. The pitch. He struck him out swinging. 2 down. That's strikeout number 5 for Robertson in the ball game. That'll bring up Zach Sorensen, who bounced out to third his first time up. But had that big diving catch in the bottom of third to take a hit away. The 2 out, nobody on base. The pitch, and it's in at the knees. A strike to Sorensen, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Long on, and that's grounded foul over the third base side over near the Edmonton dugout, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. It's now even at 4 apiece as Robertson starts his windup for the 2-strike pitch. Change up outside at the knees, ball 1. 1-2 the count on Sorensen. Now Robertson's 1-2 pitch. Hop foul, first base side, out of play. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again tomorrow, Scott Dunn gets the start at Franklin Covey Field against Tucson and right-handed pitcher Matt Henry. Now the 1-2. Just inside at the bell, 2-2. Again, tomorrow night, family night. Mom, Dad, and all the kids in the immediate household get into General Reserve seating for just $10. And don't forget, on Thursday, the first 1,000 fans get an Angels pennant. 2-2 pitch on the way, swinging a 2-hopper to third. Backing up on it, Brendan Harris has it, set to make the long throw just in time. They get Sorensen by a half step. Stingers take the lead. 1 run on 1 hit, a home run by Tom Gregorio. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Stingers 2, Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
During the next 25 seconds, you'll be informed on how you can take advantage of what's unfolding. 25th anniversary liquidation sale on new 2004 brand spanking used cars will be blown out to make room for Westland's special 25th anniversary shipment of 2005 models that will be here soon. So, for a limited time, $25 down and $25 delivers you the certified pre-owned or new 2004 car of your dreams during our 25th anniversary used car liquidation. OAC. Our 25 seconds are now up. Okay, we have 25 seconds left to let you know how you can take advantage of Westland Ford 25th anniversary sale. Call right now, 394-8803. That's 394-8803. Or visit our showroom at 3450 Wall Avenue in Ogden. Westland Ford, family owned and operated in Ogden since 1979.
We're still celebrating the 18th anniversary of Ace Hardware, and we're still helping you save on great Ace products. Make your painting projects faster and easier with an Ace brand paint applicator. The Ace paint applicator makes all painting projects go smoother. The Ace paint applicator will help you make your home look beautiful. So buy one today at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. We're still celebrating the 18th anniversary of Ace Hardware, and we're still helping you save on great Ace products. Ace, the helpful place.
All right, to the bottom of the fourth here in Edmonton. 2-1 now in favor of the Stingers. Time now to check out the PCL standings, brought to you by your local Associated Food Stores, featuring Western family brands. Only the best will do for you. At Associated Food Stores, as Brendan Harris leads things off. For the Trappers here in the fourth, he doubled and scored in the second inning. He takes an off-speed pitch over for a strike, and the count's 0-1 again last night. Portland opened up a 1.5 game lead in the north as Harris fouled off first base side on a play 0-2 with their win over Tacoma 6-3. Tucson beat Sacramento, so the River Cats lead over the Sidewinders down to 5.5, but again, only 9 games left. In the East, Oklahoma clinched the division with a 10-game lead now over Memphis with 9 to play. And Colorado Springs won, Iowa lost. The Sky Sox trail the Cubs by only 2. There's a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-2 the count on Harris. Brendan Harris to be followed by Rick Short and then Brian Harris. Right now, Iowa trailing in their ball game right now. 10-5 after 5. The pitch. Long on, foul back. If that holds, and Colorado Springs wins at Albuquerque tonight, the Sky Sox would only be a game down in the standings. Colorado Springs and Iowa do not play each other over the last 8 days. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Harris as Butchek delivers. Swinging a chopper right side. Pelaez takes it on the second bounce. Throws to first in time for the out. 1 away here in the Edmonton fourth. That'll bring up Rick Short, who singled in the Trappers' run in the second inning. So 1 out, Short's the batter. Stingers pretty much locked into the final spot of the North Division for a while now. And pitch outside the ball, 1-0. Stingers need one win over the next 3 days. They have their winningest month of the season in 13 games in April, but only in 7 in each of the next 3 months. 1-0 pitch on the way, low and outside, a ball 2-0. And they got off to that great start at 11-2 before the bottom dropped out on them. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Shore. Butchek deals. Up high, ball 3. And when you look at everything, as far as the Stingers are concerned, all the changes that were made and what have you, it probably comes down to one key thing, and that's the pitching department. 3-0 pitch on the way. Butchek delivers a strike at the belt, 3-1. They are 1 run away from equaling their franchise record for most runs allowed in the season. 3-1 pitch. Short pulls one on the ground, through into left field, a base hit. So Short's 2 for 2, and the batter will be Brian Harris. Harris walked his first time up with the run scored in the second inning. Stingers pitching staff has given up 854 runs, the most 855 in 1997. They've given up 743 earned runs, the record 757 that same season. Bullpen is far more blown saves than converted saves. They've saved only 22 games this year, and the franchise record for the fewest saves in a season, 30 by the 1994 team. Now Butchek ready, the pitch. Flat foul over towards the Trappers, took out at third for strike 1, but maybe the most telling stat of all in regards to the pitching staff this year. They have issued, including today, 510 walks. That's already 15 more walks issued than they've ever walked as a staff. In team history, the 94 staff issued 495 walks. And there's still 8+ games left to throw to first base, and Short dives back in safely. Too many bases on ball. That's what Mike Brumley and pitching coach Rich Bombard have preached all season long. They need to do a better job of throwing strikes, something that they never, for the most part, got the handle on. No balls, 1 strike the count on Brian Harris. The pitch. Swinging a foul up over the screen and back into the seats, and the count's 0-2. No ball, 2 strikes. The staff ERA coming into this game, 5.76, the highest season-ending ERA in franchise history, 5.45, which will be shattered. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Harris as Buchek delivers. Swinging a foul again up over the roof, or up over the screen rather, and into about the same section as the last one. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Two runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Trappers. Short, the lead first base, right foot on the rug. The 0-2. Swinging a ground ball, foul. That went in on the fist of Harris, and he was able to ground it foul in between the box and the bag at first. So the count remains 0-2 on Brian Harris, with John Wilson, the catcher, on deck. The left-handed hitting. Brian Harris actually left-handed in this situation. He's a switch hitter batting lefty against the right-hander Buchek, who comes to the belt. Passes over his left shoulder towards Rick Short at first. The pitch. Swinging a slow roller towards short. Throwers got it to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Ball not hit hard enough to turn 2, but they do get the lead runner short at second base. 6-4 on the force out there, so 2 outs for John Wilson, the catcher. Wilson flied out to Shane Holzer down the left field line, his first time up. So 2 out, a runner at first base here in the bottom of the 4th. Stingers leading 2-1. Buchek with a turn in the toss to first. And the runner's back. And after today, just 8 teams left on the regular season schedule. Again, 4 at home against Tucson and 4 at Las Vegas. Pitch. Strike to the outside corner at the knees. The way the playoffs are set up this year, the Pacific Conference, the South Division champions, likely Sacramento, will host either Portland or Tacoma in the first 2 games, and then the series will shift to the Pacific Northwest. No balls, 1 strike to count. A Buchek pitch to Wilson. Long on foul. Back and it's 0-2. Or on the other side, in the American Conference, the winner between the winner between Iowa and Colorado Springs will host Oklahoma for the first 2 games. With the remainder of the best-of-5 series in the Sooner State, Pacific Conference champion will host games 1 and 2 of the finals, with the rest of the series at the home of the American Conference champs. No balls, 2 strikes the count. A runner at first base with 2 out. Buchek ready. The 0-2 delivery. Swung on and driven into right center field. Sorensen, the center fielder, over, and he'll make the Bill of the Cap high catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base, and after 4 complete, here it's the phone booth at Edmonton. It's the Stingers 2 and the Trappers 1 on ESPN 1230.
Your oldest has just turned driving age. Time to add them to your policy. So you get in your car, drive down to your insurance company, hunt for a space, double park, get a parking ticket, get in a fight with the meter maid, get thrown in jail, meet a guy named Wally. Wait a minute. This is just a bad dream. You've got Geico. You don't have to drive anywhere. You can do all that car insurance stuff online. Oh, that was a close one.
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. Online at geico.com.
Get a little closer. Don't be shy. Everything's to dry. No odor, no sigh, just dry.
Arid is unsurpassed. It helps stop wetness so odor can't start.
No odor, no dye, just dry. Get a little closer. Everything's
the top customer service clerk in the country. Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only best.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the fifth inning. Stingers out in front by a score of 2-1. It'll be the top of the order due up to the Stingers. Jake Thrower, Alex Pelaez, and Casey Kotzman due up to face left-hander Jeremy Robertson. Thrower has skied to right and flied to left. He's 0 for 2. Give you our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the defensive alignment coming up after the first pitch. Outside of the knees, ball one, brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. Matt Sapicki in left, Brandon Watson in center, Ron Calloway in right. Give you the infield third to first after the 1-0 pitch. Change up over for a strike, 1-1. Brendan Harris at third, Anthony Medrano at short, Brian Harris at second, and Valentino Pascucci at first. Battery of Jeremy Robertson pitching and John Wilson catching. And the fastball high, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jake Thrower leading things off here in the fifth. The pitch up high, 3-1. Our producer back in Salt Lake City, Adrian Denny, asking me the question in between innings, why is it called the phone booth? And maybe I haven't explained it to you folks enough, so let me pass that explanation along to you after the 3-1 pitch to Thrower. One outside, ball 4, and the Stingers get the leadoff man on base. So Thrower gets the third walk issued by Robertson in the ball game. Batter will be Alex Pelaez, who tied the game up with a solo homer over the scoreboard and left his last time up. It is called Telus Field. Telus is the regional phone company here in Alberta, and therefore Telus Field, a.k.a. the phone booth. So runner at first base, nobody out. Robertson's pitch, and Pelaez takes a strike to the inside corner at the belt, 0-1. Pelaez with the home run, hoping to hit a home run tonight as the Stingers hold their fantasy football draft, although the team of Shane Holder and trainer Adam Nevela have the first pick and have indicated to me that they're going to make Priest Holmes their choice. The 0-1. Swing and a tap foul at home plate. Dallas McPherson has the number 2 pick in the draft. We'll be glued to that later on tonight, I'm sure. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Just missed outside at the knees, 1-2 the count. 2-1 Stingers here in the top of the fifth. Nobody else tipping their hand after they heard about the Priest Holmes pick. 1-2 pitch, and Pelaez lifts it foul. First base side out of play. I believe Alex said he had the 9th pick in the draft. One ball, 2 strikes, the count on Pelaez. Robertson ready with a 1-2. Swung on, and that one popped up on the infield, third base side of the mound. The shortstop Medrano calling for it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So Pelaez retired. That'll bring up Casey Kotzman, who doubled to right center field his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Casey now with 22 doubles in just 47 games in a Salt Lake uniform. Robertson ready. The pitch. Curveball and at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. Put that in perspective, only Gordon, Riggs, and Thrower have 4, and all 3 of those players have been with the team the full season. The 0-1. Kotzman takes outside at the knees, a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thrower with a short lead over at first. Now Robertson ready. The pitch. Started after it, held up on the breaking ball that missed low, and the count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Casey. 2-1 Stingers on solo homers by Alex Pelaez and Tom Gregorio. Robertson ready. The move to first, and thrower scampers back in, standing up. Two balls, 1 strike. Can't say that I've ever gotten into fantasy football. I think it gets in the way of enjoying the games as they happen. The 2-1. Hodgman checks his swing, but the fastball's in for a strike, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wonder who the commissioner of the Stingers League is. Moved to first base and the runner's back. Should have asked that when I was downstairs. Find out who's in charge of that league. Portland has put up a 2-spot in the first, leading at Tacoma 2-0. A chance for the Beavers to open up a 2.5-game lead with 8 to play. 2-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called in the inside corner at the knees, and Kochman can't believe it. That brings Kochman for a couple of words with Cameron Keller. That pitch looked both low and inside, and is rolling up as a strike. And so for Jeremy Robertson, that is his 6th strikeout of the game. Brings up Shane Halder, who has singled and walked in 2 plate appearances. 6 strikeouts for Robertson. A high as a trapper. Fastball up and in, ball 1. And it's also his season high, period. His best at AAA in the International League with Buffalo was also 5 strikeouts. 1 ball, the count on Halder. The pitch. Swinging a smash foul outside the bag at third, and the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Tucson leading at Sacramento 3-0 after 2. A Sidewinders win gets them to within 4.5 with 8 to go, and Tucson comes into Salt Lake City when Sacramento heads to Tacoma. Again, the move to first, and again, throwers back in, standing up. Houston putting the hurt on the Cubs again today, 7-3. In the 8th inning at Wrigley Field in Chicago. A Cubs loss, and again the Padres, I believe, tie them for the wild card spot. Here's a foul off, first base side out of play, 1-2 the count. And still a long ways to go, all things considered, as far as the Major League season is concerned. Now the 1-2, fouled off again, first base side and out of play. So the count remains on Halder, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Double check the standing, make sure that we tie the Padres, we'll leave them a half game back. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a curveball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 runner left on base. Halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder, it's the Stingers 2, Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight placed for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
All right, we go to the bottom of the fifth inning, 2-1 Stingers, and for Edmonton, top of the order due up, Brandon Watson, Anthony Medrano, and Ron Calloway to face right-hander Chris Buchek. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Stingers defensive alignment, courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Shane Halder in left, Zach Sorensen in center, Brian Gordon in right, Dallas McPherson at third, Jake Thrower at short, Alex Pelaez at second, and Will Nieves at first. Pitch to Brandon Watson, low and inside to the left-hand batter. Ball one. A battery of Chris Buchek pitching and Tom Gregorio catching. Now the 1-0. Watson shows bunt, runs up and takes it high for a ball. We did some double checking. A Cub loss. The Padres would tie Chicago for the wild card lead, and the Giants win would make it a virtual three-way standoff. Now the 2-0. Watson smacks one on one up to short. Thrower to his left, flags it down, throws into the dirt, but it's dug out by Nieves in time for the out. A good play at both ends, one away, and that'll bring up Anthony Medrano. He's flied to right and popped to short. Starting actually with Boston having already won today, and now have a 2-game lead over the Angels, 2.5 over Texas in the American League wild card race. Buchek's first pitch to Medrano, a breaking ball low and outside, ball one. Boston now within 5 of the Yankees, and it could be 4.5 after the day as the pitch misses low and outside. Yankees trailing Toronto 6-4 in the ninth. But nobody out. The Yankees have already scored 1 run in the ninth to get to within 2. Yesterday they had a 9-run ninth inning. 2-0 pitch, fastball, belt high at the corner for a strike 0-1 as Buchek sliced the outside part of the plate. Now Chris's 2-1 delivery. Fastball, that one inside at the belt. Ball 3. 3-1 the count on Medrano. Buchek at a nice rhythm, working quickly. The 2-1 swung on, sliced foul, out of play, or the 3-1 rather. And now the count is full at 3-2. Medrano hitting .365 since the All-Star break, hitting safely in 27 of the 33 games since the break. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch, just missed inside at the belt, ball 4. That is the second walk issued by Chris, and so a runner first base, 1 out for Ron Calloway. Single to right field in the first and was robbed of a hit on a diving catch by Zach Sorensen in the third. A 1 on, 1 out. Buchek ready. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner of the belt. 0-1 to the left-hand hitting Callaway. Last year he started 30 the 40 games that Vladimir Guerrero missed for the Expos, while on the disabled list with a herniated disc. The 0-1 pitch, instead of turning the toss to first, high, and Nieves leaps in the air to pull that one back in. The 0 balls, 1 strike the count on the left-hand batter. Medrano, the lead at first base. That right foot on the edge of the rug, and now time called. Medrano heads back to first. Now Buchek ready. The 0-1. Up high, ball one. 1-1 the count. Obviously, with Voss being activated by the Angels today, no rehab assignment with Salt Lake. He was just 3 for 15 in 21 plate appearances with 6 walks for Class A Rancho Cucamonga. Voss calling General Manager Bill Stoneman Saturday night, telling him he was ready to go. He will DH the rest of the season, as we mentioned earlier. 1 pitch sinks low. The count on Callaway, ball 2 and strike 1. Voss, of course, originally injured himself diving in an attempt to stop a double by Torrey Hunter up at Minnesota on April 30th. Voss eligible for free agency at the end of the season. He's in the final year of a 4-year, $23 million deal. Remember, he first came through the ranks at Vancouver back in the mid-90s. 2-1 pitch on the way, high and outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count as Buchek struggling with the strike zone right now. Three and 1 the count. Buchek ready. The pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Shane Halder to his right, and about 10 feet in front of the warning track makes the catch for out number 2. 2 away, and that'll bring up Valentino Pascucci, who's 1 for 2. He singled to right his last time up. Well, the Yankees made a trade deadline deal, sending Jose Contreras to the White Sox for Esteban Loaiza, but after 5-4 starts in the pinstripes, Loaiza has been designated for the bullpen by manager Joe Torre. He's 0-2 with a 7+ ERA in 5 starts for New York since the trade. 2 out, a runner at first base. The pitch. Pascucci takes low, ball 1. Stingers leading by a run at 2-1. The 5-man Yankee rotation of Kevin Brown, Mike Mussina, Orlando Hernandez, Javier Vasquez, and John Lieber will stay together for the time being. There's a fastball outside, and the count on Pascucci's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the catcher Gregorio out for a quick word with Buchek. If you missed it yesterday, the Cubs' Kyle Farnsworth on the DL for 3 weeks with a sprained and bruised right knee after he kicked a fan in the clubhouse. No, not Steve Bartman, but an electric fan. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Low, ball 3. 3-0 the count on Pascucci. A guy like this, be careful. He might have the green light on 3-0. Outfield, straight away. Now Buchek's pitch. He did get the green light, and it's fouled back out of play. 3-1. Tying run at first, 2 outs. Bottom 5th, Singers leading 2-1. In the infield back, the outfield straight away. Buchek the 3-1 to Pascucci, well outside for ball 4. Third walk for Buchek, his second of the inning. That'll bring it Matt Sapicki, who's 0 for 2. He's bounced to the mound and grounded out to second. So 2 on, 2 out for Edmonton here in the 5th. And now pitching coach Rich Bombard making the slow walk out of the first base dugout to talk things over with Buchek. Greg Jones up in the Stingers bullpen. So 2 on, 2 out here in the 5th. So the meeting a brief one as Rich heads back to the first base dugout and Gregorio heads behind the plate. We're at second base. Pedrano checking the outfield defense behind him. Buchek ready, and the first pitch to Sapicki. Fastball into the dirt. Blocked by the catcher Gregorio, and that's ball one. First final in, Memphis beat Oklahoma 6-1, and trying to make the long climb up the ladder from the depths that he was at. Rick Ankiel gets the start and the win for the Redbirds. Now the 1-0. Fastball tails away from the left-hand batter, but misses outside for ball two. Kevin Witt at his 35th home run of the year for Memphis to tie him with Calvin Pickering in Omaha for the league lead. 2 balls, no strikes. Buchek ready, the pitch. Long on and sliced down the left field line, going towards the corner, but twisting foul. Beyond the Edmonton bullpen, and the count's 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Yankees trying to battle back at Toronto, trailing by 2 with 2 outs, but they have runners at first and third. If they lose, their lead over the Red Sox down to 4.5, and they still play each other 6 times this year. 2-1 pitch to Sapicki. Swing, and a foul into the glove of the catcher Gregorio, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Twins have tied the Angels 1-1 after 4. Justin Morneau with his 14th home run for Minnesota. Complete rundown of all the scores coming up in the top of the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Sapicki, with Brendan Harris due next. Sapicki straightaway stance for the left-hand batter. Boots getting the sign from Gregorio for the 2-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging on a slider in the dirt. That is the 3rd strikeout for Buchek, and that retires the side. Good pitch by Buchek there, and he got Sapicki to go after it. So no runs, no hits, a couple of walks. 2 runners were left on base. Through 5, it's the Stingers 2 and Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Help! I'm stuck! Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe, and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas. A quality used vehicle for just $88 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone. During the final days of Toyota Talk, Carl Malone Toyota offers you their triple play.
$1,000 becomes $3,000 on all 04 Camrys. And your $500 becomes $1,500 on all 05 Camrys. And the new double play on all 04 Solaris, you put $1,500 down, and Carl Malone Toyota will match it for a total of $3,000 down.
Carl Malone Toyota, Southtown Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, at 106 I-15.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
All right, we go to the 6th inning. Stingers still out in front by a score of 2-1. It'll be Dallas McPherson, Will Nieves, Tom Gregorio, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to face the lefty Jeremy Robertson. In the meantime, a left-hander going in the bullpen now for the Trappers, Jason Stevenson, who was just called up from AA Harrisburg yesterday. McPherson 0 for 2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, strike 1. Time now for our 6th inning update of what else is happening in the PCL as well as Major League Baseball, brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. Check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. 0-1 Dallas, and it's a fastball belled high on the outer half plate for a strike, and it's 0-2. Still nothing new from Tacoma. Portland 2, the Rainiers nothing after 1. Now Robertson, the 0-2. Curveball low, 1-2 the count. In the 8th at Las Vegas, Fresno out in front of the 51s, 7-2, thanks to in large part a 6-run 4th inning. As we mentioned, Memphis knocked off Oklahoma 6-1. 1-2 to McPherson, lined into right field, a base hit. Played on the hop by Ron Callaway, and the Stingers have their leadoff man aboard here in the 6th. 5th hit of the ball game for Salt Lake, and that'll bring up Will Nieves is 0 for 2, twice grounding to the first baseman Pascucci. After 3 in Sacramento, Tucson now leads the River Cats 4-0. Sidewinders trying to pull to within 4.5 of the River Cats. In the 8th at Omaha, the Royals lead Iowa 12-6. A pitch. Heard ball low, ball 1. Iowa comes into today's game having lost 3 in a row and 7 of 10. Their lead down to 2 starting today over Colorado Springs, which plays later at Albuquerque, as does New Orleans at Nashville. A 1-0. Changeup is high, ball 2. 2 into the count on Nieves. Over in the American League, Anaheim and Minnesota tied 1-1 in the 5th at the Big A. 2-0 pitch on the way, and that's right down the middle of strike 2-1. And the Angels led 1-0 after a run in the 3rd, but a homer by Justin Morneau in the 4th has pulled the Twins even. But they now have a runner at second base with nobody out in the 5th. Bottom of the 4th at Seattle, Kansas City leads the Mariners 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch to Will. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 2-2. Former Taylorsville star John Buck with his 7th home run for Kansas City. Eddie Relaford with his 6th. Seattle's run coming on a home run by Ichiro, his 8th of the year. Bottom of the 4th at Oakland, the Devil Rays and the Athletics are tied 3-3. A's with 3 in the 1st, Tampa Bay with 3 in the 2nd. The 2-2 pitch. Nieves fouls it back and out of play. Still 2-2. Finals, Cleveland shut out the White Sox 9-0 on a 2-hitter by Scott Ellerton. Again, former Buzz third baseman and Edmonton third baseman Casey Blake with his 23rd and 24th home runs of the season. Toronto held on to beat the Yankees 6-4. Now the 2-2. Swinging a foul behind home plate. Still 2-2. That combined with the Red Sox 6-1 over Detroit, and all of a sudden Boston's within 4.5 of the Yankees in the American League East. And Baltimore beat Texas today 7-6. Rangers struggling a bit of late. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nieves. First in the lead at first. And now Robertson steps off. Speaking of struggling of late, the Cubs trailing the Astros at Wrigley Field 10-3. Houston breaking it open with an 8-run 5th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Bottom of the 5th at Florida, the Marlins lead the Rockies 6-0. Miguel Cabrera with his 26th home run of the year for the Fighting Fish. And 5:37 pregame, a little after 6 o'clock game time. The Giants, the Braves from Atlanta on 1320 KFAN, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Nieves, chopper over the mound. The shortstop Adrano has it, steps on second for 1 and throws to first for the double play. Second double play grounded into by Will today. And with that, there's 2 outs and nobody on base. Here's Tom Gregorio, who walked his first time up and then launched a long home run to left center field his last time up. San Diego pounded Montreal 11-3, and as we mentioned, it appears the Padres will pull even with the Cubs for the wild card lead in the National League. Dodgers crushed the Mets 10-2. Cincinnati over Arizona 6-2. Cardinals shut out the Pirates 4-0. Gregorio swings and pops it up down the right field line, a long run into foul ground, and Pascucci near the Stingers bullpen can't reach it. So the count's 0-1 on Gregorio. And one other final. Philadelphia's Corey Lytle pitched a shutout and hit a home run in the Phillies' 10-0 blanking of the Milwaukee Brewers. Here it's 2-1 Stingers. Edmonton getting a run in the 2nd inning on an RBI single by Rick Scherp. The Stingers answered in the 3rd and 4th with solo homers by Alex Pelaez in the 3rd and Tom Gregorio in the 4th. 1 strike on Tom as Robertson deals. Swung on, and that's lined down the left field line. Foul. Over towards the Edmonton bullpen, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Christian Guzman's double has brought in a run. The Twins lead the Angels 2-1. That game in the 5th at Anaheim, the rubber game of the series. Angels won Friday, Minnesota yesterday. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Gregorio as Robertson deals. Swung on, and that's lifted in the air towards shallow right. Callaway running in. He's going to get there, slows down, pulls up, and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs. 1 hit. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Stingers 2, Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
It's a great day at Tin Valley Nissan of Murray, Utah's #1 Nissan dealer. How may I help you?
This is Mark from accounting. Can I talk with Sean?
Oh, sorry. Sean is busy high-fiving a customer on their purchase of a new 2004 Nissan. They just saved $6,200.
What? $6,200 off?
Yeah, and gas for a year. Oh, wait. Now he's singing happy birthday to Mr. Jeffers. He just saved up to $3,500 on a great used vehicle because it's his birthday and all.
Okay, I can handle this. As long as we're not matching down payments up to $3,000.
Oh, yeah, $3,000 on any new or used vehicle. All makes, all models. And, Tin Valley Nissan of Murray will do whatever it takes.
Oh.
And, Mark, we're giving tires for life with every purchase.
For life?
Yep, plus no payments for 90 days. Plus 0% financing OAC. Hello? Mark? Hello?
Whatever it takes to put you in a newer used vehicle this week. Tim Valley Nissan of Murray, 4528 South Bay.
After a 10-win season, a Liberty Bowl shutout at Southern Miss, and a top 25 ranking, you may think the University of Utah football team is satisfied. Well, Urban Meyer and the boys want to let you in on a little secret. You ain't seen nothing yet. Ain't seen nothing yet! You ain't seen nothing yet! So call 581-U6 for your season tickets because you ain't seen nothing yet!
As we go now to the bottom of the 6th inning, it's time for a Connected Wireless call to the bullpen. Get connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless. Call 205-FREE from the location nearest you as Greg Jones comes on. For the Stingers, Greg making his 33rd appearance of the year. He's 1-3 with 2 saves and a 4.96 ERA. BCL batting .286 against right-hander Greg Jones, who will face Brendan Harris, Rick Short, and Brian Harris here in the 6th inning. Brendan 1 for 2, takes low ball 1. Chris Butchek in 5 innings gave up 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. The pitch count piling up. Last couple innings, there's a line shot there down the left field line and rolling into the corner. Giving chase is Shane Halder, and Brendan Harris greets Greg Jones with a leadoff double. For Harris, his second 2-base hit of the game. And now the tying run is at second base with nobody out. That'll bring up Rick Short, who's 2 for 2. Lined a single to right to drive in a run in the second. Grounded a single to left his last time up. A runner at second base, nobody out. Jones ready, the pitch. Strikes the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2-1 Stingers here in the bottom of the 6th. Yesterday they had a 3-1 lead, but the Trappers rallied with 2 unearned runs in the 7th and then 3 earned runs in the 8th, win it. The 0-1. Fastball foul, back it out of play, and the count on Short is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Outfield shaded towards right for Short. Now Jones ready to glance towards second, and the 0-2 home. Bounces that one in, but it's blocked by the catcher Gregorio, and the count's 1-2. Now the Turk lurking around NFL camps. See where Brandon Doman was waived today by the San Francisco 49ers, the former Skyline and BYU quarterback. College football getting underway last night officially with a USC win over Virginia Tech. Slider low and outside, snap throw to second, but back in with a head first dive is Harris. The count on short is even at 2-2. Of course, Utah hosting Texas A&M on Thursday, and BYU and Notre Dame on Saturday. Tell you what, we'll be in Las Vegas this weekend, being the first full weekend of college football. I'm guessing the sports books are going to be jammed with college football fans on Saturday. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on short. The pitch just missed outside at the knees, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gray overcast day here at Edmonton in the final day game in the Trappers franchise history. Now Jones ready. The 3-2 pitch to short. Swinging a bouncing ball to third. McPherson looks the runner back to second and throws to first for the out. Good job there by Dallas. 1 away. Harris still at second, and the batter will be Brian Harris. He's walked and reached on a fielder's choice, so he's officially 0 for 1. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error for Edmonton. The Trappers have left 7 runners on base for the first 5. The Stingers have stranded 5 for the first 6. So Harris at second still with 1 out. Brian Harris the batter. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul outside the bag at first for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. So as of now, Chris Budacek, the pitcher of record for the Stingers. He can win the game, but he cannot lose it. And he'll have 1 more start after this one on Friday in Las Vegas. 0-1 the count on Brian Harris. Jones delivers. Swinging a foul. Back into the screen. 0-2. No balls. 2 strikes. Again, we mentioned Jones with his 33rd appearance of the year. That gives him 105 games pitched as a Stinger. That ties him with Fred Raff for 5th on the all-time appearance list in Salt Lake franchise history. 0-2 pitch, and Harris swings and lifts it in the air to right center field. Gordon, a long run's going to get there, slowing down, making the catch. Tagging at second base is Brendan Harris, and he'll advance to third. Ryan Gordon getting a good jump on that ball into right center field to run it down. So 2 outs, but now the tying run is 90 feet away for John Wilson. Wilson today has flied to left and skied to center field. Now Gregorio out to talk with Greg Jones. The all-time leader in games appeared in is Gus Gandarias with 191. Former Stinger Bart Miotich next at 160. So 2 outs. Brendan Harris, the tying run at third. Jones pitch. In for a strike, 0-1. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here at Telus Field. Jones nods in agreement with a sign from Gregorio as the right-hander deals. Breaking ball low and outside, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jones appeared in a handful of games for the Trappers. 25 to be exact in the 2000 season. A 1-1. Fastball high, 2-1 the count on Wilson. And the 3 current Stinger players who played for the Trappers, Steve Green, Jake Thrower, the others, as well as manager Mike Brumley. And hitting coach Jim Eppert. F with the most, 263 games played from 1987 through 1989. Now the 2-1. Outside with a fastball, and it's now 3-1. Brandon Watson is due next. Three balls, 1 strike. Brendan Harris the lead at third. The pitch. Started after it, held up, no. He went around, says home plate umpire Cameron Keller, and the count's full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Jones ready, but now steps on. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The kick and the payoff pitch is low, ball 4. So Wilson draws the 2-out walk. First pass issued by Jones, the 4th given out by Stingers pitching in the ball game. Now here's Brandon Watson, who has struck out twice and grounded out. That, though, was against Chris Butchek. Watson, so far this year, against Jones, 2 for 5 with a double and a triple for his 2 hits. So 2 on, runners at the corners, 2 outs. Jones pitched to Watson. Line to left center field on the run. Sorensen gets there and makes the shoulder high backhand grab to retire the side as Watson hit it hard, but Sorensen able to run it down. No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. We go to the 7th. Stingers 2, Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
Oh, there's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, a 3 to get ready. Now go, let's go. Jake's over the top, baby. Yeah.
Let me tell you about Jake's Over the Top. The name comes from the insane way their monster shakes rises inches above the top of the cup. A mountain of ice cream blended with fresh fruit, nuts, candy, and cookies. Like the strawberry banana shake, the turtle shake, or the yo-yo. And if you're lonesome tonight, join me for a burger big enough for the 2 of us. It's called a Big Jake Burger. This hunk of burning love is 2 quarter-pound cheeseburgers, topped with 2 slices of cheddar cheese, freshly cooked bacon, ketchup, mayo, mustard, pickles, lettuce, and tomatoes on a sesame seed bun.
Try a Big Jake Burger. 2 1/4-pound patties of sizzling beef, 2 slices of cheese, real bacon strips, mayo, mustard, ketchup, pickles, fresh tomatoes, and crisp lettuce. At Jake's, we don't stop at the top.
Thank you. Jake's Over the Top. Thank you very much.
Used car buyers, Larry H. Miller celebrates the final event of his 25th anniversary with the biggest Delta 500 in history. 4 days, 3 locations at the Delta Center, Southtown Expo Center, and Thanksgiving Point. Then turned down before America First Credit Union will be on site extending credits, entertainment packages, and tickets to the work and the glory. Come with purchase. The Delta 500. This Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. After all, you know this guy. OAC America First is an equal opportunity lender.
Now back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Well, we go to the 7th inning. Stingers managing to hang on. They lead it by a score of 2-1 as left-hander Jason Stevenson comes on to make his Trappers debut. Stevenson just called up a couple of days ago from AA Harrisburg. Stevenson there, 24 appearances, 22 starts, an 8-10 record with a 4.06 earned run average. With 1 save, he gave up 132 hits and 135 in the 3rd innings, 61 earned runs, struck out 75, walked 46, 20 home runs allowed, and 12 hit batters. So Jason Stevenson making his AAA debut. Left-hander to face Brian Gordon to start things off. Brian 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch is in for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Jeremy Robertson goes 6 innings, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Struck out a season-high 7 and walked 3 as Gordon takes a curveball over at the knees on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Now Stevenson's pitch. Change up high, 1-2. Stevenson, 6'1", 175 in his 4th year out of Redding, California. Now Stevenson's 1-2. Curveball pounded on the ground. Backhand deflection by Pascucci. No play at first. Diving effort by Pascucci. Got a glove on it, but could not control it. It'll be a single for Brian Gordon. And the Stingers have their leadoff man aboard with their 6th hit of the ball game. Stingers looking for that Geico insurance run of the game right now. Anytime the Stingers extend the first time I should say, the Stingers extend their lead. After the 5th inning, that's the Geico Insurance Run. Rex Olson, your local Geico rep, will donate $10 to the Air Force Fund for every Geico Insurance run of the game. There have been 40 so far this year, making the total donation $400. First pitch to Sorensen, bunts, a good one up the first base side. Stevenson pick up and throw to first in time for the out. That was the only play he had on the successful sacrifice by Zach Sorensen. 1-3 on the putout. For Sorensen, that is his 5th, his team-leading 5th sacrifice punt of the season. So the Stingers with that Geico Insurance run out at second base. One out, top of the order, and Jake Thrower, who's 0 for 2, plus a walk. Jason Stevenson on, a 12th round pick in 2000 by Montreal out of Sacramento Community College, and he pours in a strike for these to Jake Thrower, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Meantime temperature 62 degrees, but it feels a little chillier right now. A lot of sweatshirts, jackets around the ballpark. The 0-1. Breaking ball low, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Prior to 11 starts last year, Stevenson had only started twice, or rather once, in his first 2 pro seasons. Swing and a miss, Thrower out in front of a changeup, 1-2, and he was primarily a starter at Double-A before his promotion. 1-2 the count on Thrower. Stingers lead 2-1 here in the 7th. Now the pitch. Foul back and out of play. Still 1-2. An umbrella or 2 popping up. Now the lefty Stevenson ready. The 1-2. Breaking ball low. 2-2 the count. Some folks moving up into the stands underneath the overhang of the roof for cover. Looks like it's raining all that hard. Can't tell through these sunglasses. It's the only park in the league. The only time 365 days a year I wear sunglasses. That's during a day game here in Edmonton. Just to pick up the baseball with that carpet and the sunshine. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. Although there is no sunshine right now. 2 outs here in the 7th. First AAA strikeout for Stevenson. 8th strikeout for Edmonton pitching in the ball game. Here's Alex Pelaez. 1 for 3 with a solo homer in the 3rd. Ryan Gordon, the lead at second base. 2 outs, the pitch. That changeup misses outside at the belt. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. 2-1 Stingers. The hits even at 6 apiece. Now the lefty set the 1-0. Curveball, and it's an ease for a strike, and it's 1-1 on Alex. The home run earlier, his 8th of the year, his first against Edmonton. Now the pitch. Chips in low and inside as Pelaez skips rope to get out of the way. 2-1 the count. Casey Kotzman due up next. They would love to add to their lead here. They need a 2-out base hit from Pelaez. The 2-1 delivery. That swung on and lifted down the right field line. Twisting towards the seat, sent out of play. So the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Pelaez. Callaway started to give chase, but realized that was out of his reach. And so the count 2 balls and 2 strikes as Callaway's back into his right field position. Now the 2-2. Reached out on a changeup, and Pelaez just did get a piece of it to stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs with a runner at second. Now Stevenson's pitch. Swung on and a one-hopper back to the hill. Flagged down by Stevenson. The toss to first, and that'll do it. For the Stingers in the seventh. No runs, one hit. One runner left on base. Seventh inning stretch time here at Edmonton, brought to you by Upper Limit Fitness. Now with 3 locations, Salt Lake, Orem, and Layton. Upper Limit Fitness will help you stretch a little further. After 6.5, it's the Stingers 2 and Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Help! I'm stuck! Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe, and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas or quality used vehicles for just $88 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone. Plus, during the final days of Toyota Pop, Carl Malone Toyota offers you their triple play.
$1,000 becomes $3,000 on all 04 Camrys. And your $500 becomes $1,500 on all 05 Camrys. And the new double play on all 04 Solaris, you put $1,500 down, and Carl Malone Toyota will match it for a total of $3,000 down.
Carl Malone Toyota, Southtown Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, exit 106, I-15.
We're still celebrating the 18th anniversary of Ace Hardware, and we're still helping you save on great Ace products. Make your painting projects faster and easier with an Ace brand paint applicator. The Ace paint applicator makes all painting projects go smoother. The Ace paint applicator will help you make your home look beautiful. So buy one today at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. We're still celebrating the 18th anniversary of Ace Hardware, and we're still helping you save on great Ace products. Ace, the helpful place.
Brandon Emanuel comes out to pitch for the Stingers for the 36th time this year. His 29th appearance out of the bullpen. He's now 5-8 with 2 saves. An ERA of 5.96 in the PCL, batting .327 against Emanuel. He'll face Anthony Medrano, Ron Callaway, and Valentino Pascucci, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. In the Edmonton lineup, Medrano 0 for 2 plus a walk. First pitch taking a breaking ball outside of the knees, ball 1. Greg Jones went an inning, gave up 1 hit, a leadoff double, no runs though, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Emanuel's 1-0 pitch, swung on, bounced on 2 hops to second. Pelaez takes the shoulder high hop and flips to first for the out. 1 away, that'll bring up Callaway, who's 1 for 3. Time now to find out what else happened on this date in baseball history. Brought to you by Stebbins Recreation in 2 Villages. 20 minutes from the ballpark. Visit Stebbins where you deal with the owner. Now to salesman. One out. Ron Callaway the batter as Emanuel deals. Swing and a miss, strike 1. On this date in 2002, Mark Bellhorn becomes the first player in National League history to homer from both sides of the plate in the same inning in the Cubs' 10-run fourth for Chicago's 13-10 win over Milwaukee. He also ties a team record with 5 RBI in the inning. 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball that broke late and missed outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Now the pitch. Strike, a breaking ball in the inside corner above the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This date in 2000, the Angels beat Toronto 9-4. Darren Erstad gets 3 hits to reach the 200 mark for the season. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. That splitter of Emanuel's, and Callaway is out on strikes. Strikeout number 4 for Stingers pitching in the game, and now there's 2 outs. Here's Valentino Pascucci, 1 for 2 with a walk. Erstad that year reached 200 hits, the fastest of any batter in 65 years. 2 out, nobody on base. Umbrellas up all over the place as light rain falls here in Edmonton. Pitch low and outside a ball, 1-0. Now Emanuel ready, the pitch. Breaking ball misses downstairs, and it's 2-0. On this date in 1992, after striking out his 1,000th career batter in Atlanta's 7-6 win over Philadelphia, Braves' Charlie Leibrandt, as the 2-0s, catches the outside corner at the knees, a strike, 2-1. Rolls the ball into the Atlanta dugout to keep it as a souvenir. Unfortunately for Charlie, he forgot to call timeout. The runner, Ricky Jordan, on base, is allowed to advance on the error. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swinging a foul back into the screen, 2-2. Well, with some of the weather problems over the years, maybe only fitting that the last game the Stingers ever play here, there's a little bit of a shower during the game. Certainly nowhere near heavy enough to cause a delay. Now Emmanuel's 2-2. Pascucci takes strike 3 call on the outside corner above the knees, and that retires the side. Emmanuel works a 1-2-3-7 with a pair of strikeouts. We'll head to the 8th. Stingers 2, Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Dan, the Laptop Man from PC Laptops. Consumer alert! Consumer alert! Viruses and Trojans, they're just infecting computers every single day. You know what? You don't even need to open your email now to get infected. You can just be simply connected to the internet, and you can be infected with a Trojan. It can eat all your files, make duplicates of all your social security number and hidden passwords and email them out to evil people across the world. That's why you need us at PC Laptops. Why? Because we can service any brand of laptop computer. Sony, Gateway, Toshiba, Dell, Micron, any brand we can service. If we can't fix your computer, we'll write you a check. That's right. If we can't fix your computer, your laptop computer, we'll write you a check and buy your laptop computer from you. Isn't that crazy? So no matter what brand of laptop computer you have, bring it in to PC Laptops and we'll get it fixed up. If we can't fix it, we'll buy it from you. It's at PC Laptops. We love you. Featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology.
Honey, this stuff is useless. I can't get this shower clean.
Well, try some of that other stuff instead.
A good dose of this ought to do it.
What is going on in here? You didn't mix those 2 chemicals, did you?
I don't feel so good.
People don't always use common sense. Fortunately, there's a healthcare company that does. United Healthcare makes fewer copays for maintenance drugs online. We fill gaps in care others might miss. And when you call, a real nurse is available 24 hours a day. United Healthcare. It just makes sense.
All right, we go to the 8th inning. Stingers with a lead of 2-1, and for Salt Lake, it'll be Casey Kotzman, Shane Halder, and Dallas McPherson due up to face left-hander Jason Stevenson, who begins his 2nd inning of relief. Kotzman 1 for 3 with a double. To right center field, back in the 3rd inning. First pitch on the way, line back through the mound, and past second base to the center field, a base hit. So the Stingers, for the 4th straight inning, get their leadoff man on base. They've not been able to move him around across the plate yet, however. 7th into the ball game for the Stingers. We'll have a runner at first base and nobody out for Shane Halder, who has singled, walked, and struck out in 2 plate appearances. So a runner at first. Nobody out. The pitch. Swing. A foul tip and a changeup. Halder out in front of it. Just did get a piece of it. The count's 0-1. No balls. 1 strike to count. Stevenson working quickly, delivers. Swinging a double play ball to second. Up with it, Harris flips to Medrano for 1, to first for 2. That is the 3rd double play grounded into by the Stingers this afternoon. So 2 outs here in the 8th. That'll bring up Dallas McPherson, who's 1 for 3. He singled to right field his last time up. Angels still trailing the Twins 2-1. That game in the bottom of the 6th now. Anaheim with a runner at 3rd, though, and a 1 out for Jose Guillen. So 2 out, nobody on after the double play. And McPherson takes low, ball 1. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error for Edmonton. Now Stevenson's pitch, right down the middle, is striking at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the bottom half of the inning, The Trappers will have their 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. The 1-1 pitch, broken bat liner to left field, a base hit. The barrel of the bat goes flying past the mound. Jason Stevenson just getting out of the way, and Dallas McPherson has his second hit of the ball game. But now the Stingers again with a runner at first base, and 2 out now, and the batter will be Will Nieves, who's 0 for 3, is twice grounded into double play. So 2 out, nobody on base. Now Stevenson's pitch, and it's high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Nieves. Again, Edmonton took a 1-0 lead in the second, but a solo homer by Alex Pelaez in the third, and the bases empty blast by Tom Gregorio put the Stingers out in front in the fourth as Nieves lifts one foul. First base side and out of play. The count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Now Stevenson with a move to first, and diving back in safely is McPherson. Stingers trying to earn a split on the series. First 5 games, Edmonton with 3 wins, the Stingers 2. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball right down the middle for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tom Gregorio's due next. Now Stevenson ready, the 1-2. Fastball inside at the belt, backs Nieves away, and the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The outfield shaded towards right. Now Stevenson ready, the pitch. Swing and a tapper up the third base side. Stevenson off the hill near the line, has it, turns and throws to first for the out. And that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's filled. The Stingers 2 and Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
Used car buyers, Larry H. Miller celebrates the final event of his 25th anniversary with the biggest Delta 500 in history. 4 days, 3 locations at the Delta Center, Southtown Expo Center, and Thanksgiving Point. Then turned down before America First Credit Union will be on site extending credit. Entertainment packages and ticket to the work and the glory come with purchase. The Delta 500. This Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. After all, you know this guy. OAC America First is equal opportunity lender.
Last year, the Salt Lake City area experienced 40 days of air quality so poor we were all advised not to exercise outside, and the young, elderly, and those with cardiac and respiratory problems were told not to venture outside at all. Our health and economic development prospects are harmed in very real ways by poor air quality. We all deserve far better than this. This is Mayor Rocky Anderson. We can reduce air pollution, but everyone needs to pitch in. On any given day, 60% of air pollutants come from cars and trucks. In planning for future transportation needs, we can move away from expensive new highways and greater dependence on the automobile. We can each use mass transit or drive an alternative fuel vehicle. My natural gas Honda Civic burns 97% cleaner than its gas-powered counterpart. Walking and bicycling are other healthy options. If we each do our part, our air will be cleaner and our community will be healthier.
Courtesy of the Salt Lake Radio Broadcasters Association.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Stingers holding on to a 2-1 lead. Brandon Emanuel beginning his second inning of relief. It'll be Matt Zapicki, Brendan Harris, and Rick Short, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Trapper order to face right-hander Brandon Emanuel. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by Jake's Over the Top. Jake's Over the Top. Now serving fresh Bear Lake raspberry shakes. Cool vanilla ice cream blended with tons of raspberries heaping inches over the top of the cup. Because at Jake's, they don't stop at the top. And Zapicki to lead things off. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice, and he is struck out swinging, facing Emanuel for the first time. Angels got a run in the 6th. They're tied with Minnesota now. 2-2 after 6. So ready to go. Brandon Emanuel's first pitch to Zapicki. Swing and a miss, and a splitter down and in. Strike 1. No balls, one strike, both bullpens quiet for the moment. Manuel ready, his 0-1 pitch to Sapiti. Swing and a miss. And another breaking ball down and in. A slider this time. The count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes at the final in Chicago. The Astros pound the Cubs 10-3. The Padres have tied Chicago for the wild card lead of the National League. The Giants can make it a 3-way tie tonight with a win in Atlanta. There's a pitch into the dirt. Stopped by the catcher Gregorio. 1-2. 5:37 the pregame. Over on 1320 KFan, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Tennessee 1-2 for the Giants. Ortiz 13-6 for the Braves. Atlanta's won 6 in a row and running away with the National League East. 1-2 pitch on the way. Sapicki taps the changeup foul up the first base side. That one actually came up and hit him in the chest. So the count remains 1-2. A wild card in both leagues as well as the American League West. Really the only races, although the Red Sox now closed within 4.5 of the Yankees in the AL East. 1-2 pitch, swing, and a miss to the fastball. That's the third straight strikeout for Emmanuel. One down here in the 8th. That'll bring up Brendan Harris, the third baseman. Harris, 2 for 3. He has doubled twice, once to right, once to left, and he has scored the only Edmonton run of the ball game. That was back in the second inning. First pitch on the way to Harris. Strike from the outside corner to knees, 0-1. Omaha beat Iowa today, 12-8. So as Colorado Springs wins tonight at Albuquerque, and the Sky Sox are within 1 with 8 to go. A 1-strike pitch, swung on and fouled back, and the count on Brendan Harris is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2-1 Stingers here in the 8th. In Salt Lake's final game at Edmonton. The 0-2. Bringing a pop-up first base side and playable for Will Nieves over near the railing, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Right in front of the dugout, and so now 2 away. That'll bring up Rick Short, who's 2 for 3. He drove in the only Edmonton run with a single to right of the second inning. He's also singled to left and grounded out to third. So 2 outs. Nobody on base for Edmonton here in the 8th. As Emmanuel deals, and Short takes a fastball right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Stingers in the 9th will have Gregorio, Gordon, Sorensen, the bottom third of the order, due up. 0-1 to Short. And a swing in self-defense on a pitch that came up and in, and he fouled it back, and the count's 0-2. Well, that's some good movement on it, up and in towards the right-hand batter. So the count 2 strikes on Rick Short. Two to 1 Stingers here in the 8th. Emmanuel ready, the pitch. Swung on, smashed toward third. McPherson to his left, flags it down and throws to first for the out. And that retires the side. 1, 2, 3, nothing across for Edmonton in the 8th. Will head to the base. It remains Stingers 2 and the Trappers 1 on ESPN 1230.
All my life I've been waiting for the chance. Can't prove myself. You get respect. This fall, I get my chance. And there's no way I'm going to blow it.
The producers of Fear Factor, boxing champion Oscar De La Hoya and Fox are searching for the best young boxer in America.
It's not about who hits harder. It's about who has the biggest dream.
Now, about to give 12 fighters a chance of a lifetime at solid real title fight.
I want this so bad I can taste it.
Next great chance is set on Fox.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Oh, my God! Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe, and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas or quality used vehicles for just $88 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone.
Toyota Giant!
Plus, during the final days of Toyota Talk. Carl Malone Toyota offers you their triple play.
$1,000 becomes $3,000 on all 04 Camrys. And your $500 becomes $1,500 on all 05 Camrys. And the new double play on all 04 Solaris. You put $1,500 down, and all Toyota will match it for a total of $3,000 down.
Carl Malone Toyota, South Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, exit 106, I-15.
All right, we go to the ninth inning with Stingers leading by a score of 2-1. Looking to add to that lead, Tom Gregorio, Brian Gordon, and Zach Sorensen. Gregorio 1 for 2 with a solo homer in the fourth. That's the go-ahead run that has given the Stingers this 2-1 lead they've been able to hang on to. So Gregorio to lead things off. First pitch, breaking ball inside. Jason Stevenson, ball one. Time now to look at the Stingers' schedule. Brought to you by University of Utah Football, defending Mountain West Conference Liberty Bowl champions. Play 6 home games starting with Texas A&M this Thursday and finishing with BYU. Season tickets now available as Gregorio swings and misses at a breaking ball, 1-1. 581-UTIX the phone number, or online at UtahUtes.com. U of U football, you ain't seen nothing yet. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Gregorio. The pitch. Change up high, ball 2, 2-1 the count. Stingers host Tucson in their final home series of the 2004 season. 7 o'clock starts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Against the Sidewinder. 2-1 pitch, cut out and missed. The fastball for a strike, 2-2. Scott Dunn versus Pat Henry on Monday. Steve Green versus Casey Daigle Tuesday. Jason Middlebrook on Wednesday against Jose Silva. And Jake Woods against John Cannon on Thursday. Swing and a miss. Gregorio out in front of a changeup. Second strikeout for Stevenson, and the ninth for Edmonton pitching in the ball game. So 1 out. That'll bring up Brian Gordon, who's 1 for 3 with a single his last time up. And then the Stingers close out the year with 8-10 starts Friday and Saturday next weekend at Las Vegas. 12:05, actually 1:05 Mountain Time on Sunday and Monday. As Gordon pops one foul, back down to the roof, out of play. Strike one. Dodgers beat the Mets today, 10-2. Robin Ventura with his 17th career grand slam, tying him with Jimmy Fox and Ted Williams for 4th place on the all-time list. As Gordon takes a fastball low, ball 1. Ventura, the active leader in grand slams. He also scored his 1,000th run of his career on that home run. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 1-2. And the Trappers will have Brian Harris, John Wilson, and Brandon Watson, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, due up in the bottom of the ninth. Now the 1-2. Just missed outside with a changeup of belt. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jason Stevenson looks in, gets his sign, the 2-2. Swung on, and that's hit in the air to deep right field. That ball's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. Onto the street, a home run for Brian Gordon, his 21st of the year, and the Stingers have a 3-1 lead. They needed that one. And that's another Mountain America home equity home run. It's also a Geico insurance run, and so another $10 goes to the Air Force Fund, courtesy of Rex Olson, your local Geico representative. Now here's Zach Sorensen, 0 for 2, plus a sacrifice. First pitch swing, and he lifts it in the air to shallow right center. The second baseman, Brian Harris, going back. Coming in the center fielder, Watson, who just does duck out of the way to avoid a collision. His head actually looked like it went underneath the left elbow of Brian Harris as Harris went up to reach for the ball. So 2 outs now here in the ninth. And the batter will be Jake Thrower, who is 0 for 3, plus a walk. All 3 Salt Lake runs coming on solo homers today. The pitch. And it sinks low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Gordon with adding to his career high with his 21st home run. There's a pitch in at the knees, a strike 1-1. That puts Bryant at 66 RBI, 4 shy of his season total for Tucson last year. Now the pitch, change up outside. 2-1 the count on thrower, batting right-handed against the lefty Jason Stevenson. 2 balls, 1 strike the pitch. Fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. There's a pitch. That's lined into right field, a base hit. So thrower is aboard with a 2-out single. So Elias now comes to the plate. He's 1 for 4. 10 hits now in the ball game for the Stingers. No action in the bullpen, so Brandon Emanuel will be left out there for a shot at the 3-inning save as Elias tries to hold up on a changeup. Can't do it. The count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Third ball low. So now the count on Elias is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 3-1 Stingers here in the ninth. Stevenson ready. Pitch. Swung on and fouled back. That one off the facing of the roof. Falling down to the aisle, and the count's 1-2. 3-1 Stingers here in the ninth. Ryder at first, 2 outs. Now Stevenson's pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup. He struck him out, and that retires the side. But a big run for the Stingers on the home run by Gordon. 2 hits overall, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's the Stingers 3 and Edmonton 1 on ESPN 1230.
When's the last time you got a bonus? Just like that. Well, a $2,000 bonus is waiting for you at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele, because between now and the end of August, you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks for the purchase of a 2003 Honda VTC 1800 motorcycle. You can use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. And right now, you can ride off with a Honda VTX 1800 motorcycle with 3.9% fixed APR for up to 3 years and 0 down payment upon approved credit through American Honda Finance Corporation. So head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele and get your $2,000 in bonus bucks on parts or accessories. With your new gear, you're going to be Cruiser Boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offer good through August 31st, 2004. Financing available to qualified buyers through July 31st, 2004. Payment sample 36 monthly payments of $29.48 for each $1,000 finance. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
We're still celebrating the 18th anniversary of Ace Hardware, and we're still helping you save on great Ace products. Make your painting projects faster and easier with an Ace brand paint applicator. The Ace paint applicator makes all painting projects go smoother. The Ace paint applicator will help you make your home look beautiful. So buy one today at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. We're still celebrating the 18th anniversary of Ace Hardware, and we're still helping you save on great Ace products. Ace, the helpful place.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Stingers leading by a score of 3-1. Brandon Emanuel to face Brian Harris, John Wilson, and Brandon Watson here in the ninth. Brian Harris has walked, reached on a fielder's choice, and flied to right. He's 0 for 2. Stingers with Shane Halter in left, Zach Sorensen in center, Brian Gordon in right. We'll give you the infield third to first after the pitch to Harris. That's a strike at the knees, a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Dallas McPherson at third, Jake Thrower at short, Alex Pelaez at first, and at second, and Will Nieves at first. A battery of Brandon Emanuel pitching, and Tom Gregorio catching. Now the 0-1 on its way. And that's in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-2. And Chris Butchek, the pitcher of record for the Stingers. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Now Emanuel ready. The outfield straight away. The infield back. The pitch. Swung on, and it's popped straight up. Behind the mound, the shortstop thrower calling everybody off, and he'll put the squeeze on it about halfway between the mound and second base for out number 1. Brings up John Wilson, who's 0 for 2. He's flied to left, skied to center, and drawn a base on ball. Well, I kept my record perfect in 11 years of coming to Edmonton. Never once won the 50-50 raffle. Now the pitch on the way. Breaking ball just a little bit low. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Now Manuel set the pitch. That's a sinker low. 2-0 the count on Wilson. Outfield shaded towards right a bit for Wilson. Now Emmanuel's 2-0 pitch. Back towards first. Scooped up by Nieves. He'll jog power steps to the bag. Make it 5 for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the 9th. That'll bring up Brandon Watson, who's 0 for 4. Fly to center field his last time up. So the Stingers 1 out away from nailing this one down. Two outs, nobody on base. Manuel 1 out away from his 3rd save. Pitch. Watson shows bunt, spins away from an inside breaking ball. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Outfield shaded towards left for Watson. The pitch. Fastball inside. Ball 2. Don't want to walk him on if he's going to get on base. Let him hit his way on. 2 balls, no strikes. Emmanuel delivers. Fastball slices the inside corner above the knees for a strike, and it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Old Glory and the Maple Leaf hanging limp on the flagpoles in center right now. 2-1 comes home. Watson bunts, ups it in the air. Coming up with it, the first baseman Nieves, and the ball game is over. And so the Stingers salvage a split on this 6-game series as they win their final game at Telus Field in Edmonton in what was the final day game in the history of the Trapper franchise. Brandon Emmanuel, what an effort for him as he went 3 innings and did not allow 1 batter to reach. He retired all 9 hitters that he faced to pick up the save. So in the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Handshakes and high fives all around with the final score. The Salt Lake Stingers 3 and the Edmonton Trappers 1. We'll be back with the 10th inning show next on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Help! I'm stuck! Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe, and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas or quality used vehicles for just $88 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone. Plus, during the final days of Toyota, Carl Malone Toyota offers you their triple play.
$1,000 becomes $3,000 on all 04 Camrys. And your $500 becomes $1,500 on all 05 Camrys. And the new double play on all 04 Solaris, you put $1,500 down, and all Toyota will match it for a total of $3,000 down.
Carl Malone Toyota, south of Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, exit 106, I-15.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230. A worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting Station. game is over and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game. A look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
And welcome back to Telus Field at Edmonton, where the Stingers prevailed this afternoon by a final score of 3-1. 3 solo homers and some outstanding pitching. The difference in this game for the Stingers is they are able to grab the win here in Edmonton in their final game ever here at Telus Field. So here are the final totals in the ball game for the Stingers. 3 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and they left 8 runners on base. For the Trappers, 1 run on 6 hits, 1 error, and they left 9 runners on base. The winning pitcher, Chris Butchek, goes 10-9 on the year. The losing pitcher is Jeremy Robertson. He drops to 1-3 on the season. Brandon Emanuel retires all 9 batters he faces to record his 3rd save of the season. Time of the game, 2 hours, 41 minutes. 6,723, the paid attendance on this overcast Sunday afternoon here in Edmonton. So the Stingers come away with a win and the split on the series. They're now 53-83 on the year, while the Trappers drop to 66-70. Edmonton wins the season series 10 games to 6, and they win the all-time series 75-68. Time now for our Gus Paulus Anything's Possible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group, and for that, we go to the 3rd inning. Ron Calloway at plate. Here's a swing and a fly ball, center field, on the run, diving forward, and Zach Sorensen makes the catch. What a play by Zach to take a hit away from Ron Calloway as he made a forward lunge off that sinking line drive and gloved it, hit the ground, and was able to hang on, and that's our Anything's Possible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group. Gus Paulus may be short, but his selection of quality used car sure isn't. Visit his new used car dealership at Jordan Landing. With Gus, anything's possible. So the Stingers win it here by a final score of 3-1. We'll check the other scores around baseball next on ESPN 1230.
Find freedom from big city prices during the 3rd annual Ford Freedom Sale at your hometown friendly Ford dealers. Crandall, Ford, Mercury, Park City, Smith Ford, Spanish Ford, Light Ford, Heber City. Lower overhead means lower prices, and Ford's Freedom Sale means now is the time to buy. Find freedom from interest with no interest on Ford Explorers and Expeditions. Find freedom from payments with no payments until the end of the year. No cash down on approved credit means total financial freedom. Crandall Ford, Smith Ford, and Wright Ford have 150 years combined experience selling and servicing Ford trucks. See them for the redesigned Ford F-150 Super Cab. Motor Trend Truck of the Year with savings up to $10,000. Yes, $10,000. Find freedom from big city prices during the 3rd annual Ford Freedom Sale at your hometown friendly Ford dealers. Crandall, Ford Mercury, Park City, Smith Ford, Spanish Ford, Wright Ford, Heber City. The 3rd annual Ford Freedom Sale ends September 6th. See dealer for details. Financing provided by Ford Motor Credit.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Akers, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. That's right, with an average of 4.3 smiles per customer, a whopping 5.7 bags per order, and a lightning 11 seconds per price check, Goodwill is setting new standards for grocery stores everywhere. Recruited by all of the nation's top grocers, Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. To meet Andy Goodwill or any of his teammates, visit any of the Associated Food Stores throughout Utah. For your family, only the best.
All right, welcome back to Edmonton, where the Stingers prevailed here this afternoon by a final score of 3-1. Time now to check out all the other scores in the PCL. Major League Baseball, brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. Check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Well, Portland after 5 leads at Tacoma 4-0 as the Beavers look to extend their lead in the North Division to 2.5 games over the Rainiers with 8 to play. Omaha defeated Iowa 12-8. So Colorado Springs with a win tonight at Albuquerque could pull to within one game of the Cubs in the Central Division race. Elsewhere, Fresno a winner at Las Vegas by a score of 8-2. It was Memphis topping Oklahoma 6-1. Rick and Keel gets the win, and Kevin Witt ties Calvin Pickering to the league lead with his 35th home run. Sacramento trailing at home against Tucson 4-1 in the eighth. A sidewinder win there within 4.5 of the River Cats. And later on, New Orleans is at Nashville. In the major leagues, they're in the eighth at Anaheim. The Angels and the Twins are tied at 2. Bottom of the seventh at Seattle. It's the Mariners trailing Kansas City 4-3. Taylorsville's John Buck with his 7th home run of the year for Kansas City. At Oakland in the 7th, the A's lead Tampa Bay 6-4. Finals, Cleveland shut out Chicago 9-0. Former Buzzman Casey Blake with a pair of homers. Toronto knocked off the Yankees 6-4. That combined with Boston's 6-1 win over Detroit pulled the Red Sox to within 4.5 of New York. In the American League East, Baltimore edged Texas 7-6. In the National League, they're in the bottom of the 8th at Miami. Florida leads Colorado 8-1. Later on 1320 K-Fan at 5:37 for the pregame. A little over an hour from now, it's the Braves going for their 7th win in a row, hosting the San Francisco Giants, who with a win could tie Chicago and San Diego for the National League wild card lead. Padres moved into that tie for the wild card spot by beating Montreal today 11-3, while the Cubs were falling at home to Houston 10-3. Elsewhere, the Dodgers crushed the Mets 10-2. Robin Ventura with his 17th career grand slam. Cincinnati beat Arizona 6-2. Philadelphia shut out Milwaukee 10-0. Corey Lytle, the winning pitcher, and he hit a home run. And St. Louis blanked Pittsburgh by a final score of 4-0. And that's your other scores around baseball. We'll have the recap and the highlights from this one after this on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Dale Shanzi from Totally Awesome Computers. And computers, it's very important that you get good service with it. So I was going to show you how pathetic Dell support is by calling them live on the air to give you a demonstration, but there's no way I've been able to get a hold of them in the time it takes to make this commercial. So we just call a Totally Awesome Computer store and show you how service is supposed to be done, where you have real people answer the phone. Check this out. This is a real call.
Totally Awesome Computers, the fan. We can do anything for you. Love you. How may I help you?
Hi there. Hey, do you guys cover viruses under your warranty?
We sure do. We'll take care of that for you.
Really? What if I don't want to do anything and I don't want to download stuff? Can I just bring it to you and have you just take care of it for me?
I would love to do that for you.
What's that cost?
It's free. It's no charge. It's under warranty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you see the difference? At Totally Awesome Computers, we actually have service.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Help! I'm stuck! Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas or quality used vehicles for just $80 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone. During the final days of Toyota Talk, Carl Malone Toyota offers you their triple play.
$1,000 becomes $3,000 on all 04 Camrys. And your $500 becomes $1,500 on all 05 Camrys. And the new double play on all 04 Solaris, you put $1,500 down, and all Toyota will match it for a total of $3,000 down.
Carl Malone Toyota, Southtown Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, exit 106, I-15.
And welcome back to Edmonton, where the Stingers and Trappers wrapped up this series and the all-time series as well. And the Trappers took the lead in the second inning with one out. Brendan Harris doubled to right field, bringing Rick Short to the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Short swings and lines one up the alley and right center field, a base hit. Cut off by Gordon. Rounding third and heading for home is Brendan Harris. It's an RBI single for Rick Short, and it's 1-0 Trappers. 1-0 Edmonton at that point, but that would be it for the highlights for the Trappers in this ball game. The Stingers came right back to tie at the very next half inning with 2 outs and nobody on, and Alex Pelaez at the plate. 1-0 pitch, Pelaez swings, and he lifts it in the air towards left. That ball's up there, it's out there, it is gone. Over the scoreboard and left. A home run for Alex Pelaez, and this game is all tied at 1 apiece. So 1-1 ball game thanks to the bat of Pelaez, and then In the fourth inning, the Stingers with one out took the lead, courtesy of Tom Gregorio. Now the pitch. Swung on and driven into deep left center field. Going back, it's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A home run for Tom Gregorio, his sixth of the year, and the Stingers have the lead 2-1. So a 2-1 ball game. Trappers had a couple of opportunities, including a leadoff double in the sixth inning that they could not convert into the tying run. It stayed a 2-1 Stingers lead into the ninth, and Brian Gordon gave them a little extra breathing room. Jason Stevenson looks in, gets his sign, the 2-2. Swung on, and that's hit in the air to deep right field. That ball's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. Onto the street, a home run for Brian Gordon, his 21st of the year, and the Stingers have a 3-1 lead. And they would hang on thanks to Brandon Emanuel, who retired all 9 batters he faced coming out of the bullpen to record his third save. And the Stingers win it by a final score of 3-1. We'll come back with our Stingers' most helpful player of today's game, as well as a preview of what's ahead against the Tucson Sidewinders next on ESPN 1230.
Find freedom from big city prices during the 3rd annual Ford Freedom Sale at your hometown friendly Ford dealers. Crandall, Ford, Mercury, Park City, Smith Ford, Spanish Ford, Wright Ford, Eager City. For overhead means lower prices, and Ford's Freedom Sale means now is the time to buy. Find freedom from interest with no interest on Ford Explorers and Expeditions. Find freedom from payments with no payments until the end of the year. No cash down on a credit means total financial freedom. Crandall Ford, Smith Ford, and Wright Ford have 150 years combined experience selling and servicing full trucks. See them for the redesigned Ford F-150 Super Cab. Motor Trend Truck of the Year with savings up to $10,000. Yes, $10,000. Find freedom from big city prices during the 3rd annual Ford Freedom Sale at your hometown Ford dealers. Crandall, Ford Mercury, Park City, Smith Ford, Spanish Ford, Wright Ford, Eager City. The 3rd annual Ford Freedom Sale ends September 6th. See dealer for details. Financing provided by Ford Motor Credit.
If you need to lose 15, 20, even 50 pounds or more, then you need the powerful one-day diet, an amazing breakthrough that guarantees rapid weight loss without giving up your favorite foods, counting calories, or taking dangerous diet pills.
I'm Linda. I lost 10 pounds in 7 days. I was skeptical at first, but it's simple, easy, and it really works.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I lost 21 pounds in 37 days and 10 inches off my waist on the one-day diet. I couldn't believe it.
There now exists a bioactive weight loss compound so powerful, so effective, that it boosts your metabolism, burns stored fat, and helps you lose weight fast. The one-day diet is much too powerful for people that need to lose less than 15 pounds.
Hi, my name is Anna. I lost 27 pounds in 45 days. I've never tried anything like this. It's truly amazing.
Call now for your risk-free starter pack at 1-800-626-5184. One-day diet is 100% safe, natural, and guaranteed. 1-800-626-5184. Call toll-free 1-800-626-5184. That's 1-800-626-5184.
And welcome back to Telus Field in Edmonton, where the Stingers prevailed over the Trappers today by a final score of 3-1. Time now for our Stingers' most helpful player of today's game. And this is going to be a twofold award. First of all, for this game in particular, our most helpful player of the game is going to go to Brandon Emanuel. The way he came out of the bullpen, tried to protect that 2-1 lead, and did so by retiring all 9 batters that he faced during the course of the contest. But I said this is a twofold award as far as the most helpful player of the award. And it's not really a player, it's not a manager, it's not a coach, and it's not, it's really nothing to do, I guess a little bit to do with baseball, but not a whole lot. Certainly our most helpful award, maybe over the last 11 years, has got to be the city of Edmonton. It's been a great time coming up here for the last 11 years. There's some rather negative comments that have been made by some of my colleagues around the PCL, and I think they're way off base with some of those comments. This has been a wonderful place to come up with. The only exception to the fact of the matter is that whenever Salt Lake and Edmonton met in the postseason, Edmonton always won. They won the 1996 first-round series for the North Division Championship, and, of course, the Trappers beat the Stingers for the title in 2002. It's a tough one here today, as this is the last time we'll be here at Telus Field. We wish everybody here in the front office luck in whatever they're going to be doing next. Some of them will probably matriculate over to the new Northern League team. Others will not. And it's just been a wonderful experience coming here for the last 11 years, seeing baseball, seeing this wonderful city. and the people around it, always having some friendly conversations with the fans sitting below and all the people here. So it's going to be tough to not have to come back here during the baseball season, but who knows, maybe sometime I'll get a chance to hitch a ride with the Utah Grizzlies when they come up here to play the new Edmonton Roadrunners. So again, coming up for the Stingers, they take on the Tucson Sidewinders in a 4-game series starting tomorrow night. It's 7 o'clock game time at Franklin Covey Field, 6:40 for the on-deck circle. We certainly hope that you will have a chance to come out to the ballpark for this final 4-game series at home for the 2004 season. But fortunately, the fans in Salt Lake have a 2005 TCL season to look forward to. When I started in 1994, there were 3 Canadian-based teams, and it was Canada. Unfortunately, in a few days, it'll be no Canada, as this team will move to Round Rock, Texas. So, sad to say it, but for the final time from Telus Field in Edmonton, the final score, the Salt Lake Stingers 3 and the Edmonton Trappers 1. Once again, Steve Pauke thanking Adrian Denny back at our studios and for his help, and our thanks to our fans for listening. Again, 2 hours, 41 minutes to game time, 6,723 the final score. Once again, the Stingers 3 and the Trappers 1. And sadly, the final time from Telus Field. So long from the phone booth. We'll miss you.
This has been the 10th Inning Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th Inning Show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers. ESPN 1230 AM.